not escape, resulting in a 42-21 loss to the Cougars. But there were some very positive signs in the second half that may bode well for the future. Lorena showed that they are still made of a toughness and a fight that does not quit, winning the second half by a score of 14-7. Fast forward 1 week, and tonight, the Leopards return home to face a familiar foe in Franklin, a team the Leopards defeated only a season ago on the road. The 2019 Lions roar into town with a power running game that grounded the Hearn Eagles last week by a final score of 49-6. Back home in Lorena, the Leopards are ready to defend their own den. It's Lions, it's Leopards, it's Friday Night Football for your Lorena Leopards. You are listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football on CTSN. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices, that's Syntex Pond. And by Billy Kelly, CPA, and the Dutton Harris Company CPAs, PLLC, focused on meeting the needs of small and independent businesses. By Williams Contracting, LLC, specializing in whole house remodeling and insurance claims. By Walk-In Tubs of Texas, for safety, for therapy, for pleasure. By Toby's Autos, your Waco family-owned and operated pre-owned dealership. By Jesse Britt Automotive, discounting your price, not your service. Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt, service you deserve from neighbors you trust. And by the Joe Pack Player of the Game Award, sponsored by Billy Rutherford in honor of his late friend and teammate, Joe Pack. More Lorena Leopards football right after this. Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple, and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond. Welcome back into Leopard Stadium. Dave Gibson alongside Chris Fuentes. Cody Kellner, our statistician this evening, and Knox Gunn on the camera. Clay Gibson running the board for us. Guys, it is good to be back home in Lorena, Texas. Looking for an opportunity to redeem ourselves after a tough loss last week at China Spring. But we've got a tough team coming into town, Chris, in Franklin.
Yeah, that's right, David. This Franklin team had 350 yards plus on the ground last week. You know, looking at last year, they ran the ball the majority of their plays. However, I was told that they threw the ball 17 times in the first half, which is a total different look. And so, you know, you hear about their dual threat quarterback. He's a sophomore, and he has done really well so far. So he has a really good arm and really quick feet too.
Well, and so obviously that, you know, Lorena's defense is going to step up. One of the statistics that really stuck out to me as I looked over the stats last week, Chris, over half the tackles on this team from underclassmen. And we knew coming into the season that that's what it was going to take.
Yeah, and, you know, there's definitely some bumps and bruises that come along with when you've got a bunch of underclassmen out on the field. And so with experience, you get better. And so the
problem is it takes time, right?
It does take time,
right.
But you know what? I expect to see an improved defense this week compared to what we did last week.
Let's take a minute to bring in Cody Kellner, our statistician. Cody, we're grateful to have you on the broadcast this season. When you looked over the stats from last week, what did you notice?
Well, two things jumped out to me, David. And the first thing is that Lorena distributed the football pretty well in their passing game. They got 4 wide receivers involved in the game. They had 9 receptions total, but when you look at the breakdown, each receiver had at least 2 catches. The other thing was A.J. Bream. He had 8.4 yards per carry on 9 carries. So, I mean, if they can continue to have that type of success, I think they'll do well. One thing that really sticks out to me is last week against China Springs, they were playing from behind most of the game, yet still had success running the ball. If they can do that earlier in the game and sustain it, I think they can win the game.
Great point. You know, when I'm also looking at the roster and some of these youngsters that are coming up and played well last week, thinking about McCray Lewis, thinking about Kaysen Pitts. Another one jumped out at me, especially when I looked at the rushing and receiving stats, and that's Rhett Hansen. I think Rhett is key to the game tonight. We need another offensive threat in the backfield besides A.J. Brim, so they can't just key on Brim. And then hopefully that's going to open up McCray Lewis and Ty Moore a little bit more, Chris.
Yeah, that's right. You know, he had 2 catches last week. His long was a 56-yarder, so he obviously has a little bit of speed and made a great catch and, you know, turned it into a great gain. So I look to try to get that guy the ball more.
Absolutely. It's great to be back home in Lorena, and we're lucky to be Leopards. We know you're looking forward to the broadcast tonight. We're going to go ahead and take another commercial break. You're listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football on CTSN. We'll be right back after this. With well over 25 years of experience in construction, you can trust Williams Contracting, LLC. Williams Contracting, LLC are general and restoration contractors specializing in whole house remodeling and insurance claims. Contact Mark Williams at 254-301-2752 with your next remodeling needs. Williams Contracting, LLC. That's 254-301-2752. With well over 20... Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net. Welcome back into Leopard Stadium here in Lorena, Texas. You're listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football on CTSN. Sure appreciate all of our sponsors this season, and especially Cody Lewis of Syntex Pond for being our lead sponsor. So, guys, we talked a little bit about the stats from last week. Let's go ahead and look towards this game. Obviously, Franklin's coming in 49-6 winner over the Hearn Eagles last week. What's it going to take? What's the keys to the game? And we'll start with you, Chris. What do you see as the keys to the game to come out with a win here at home?
So I'm going to look at the defensive side of the ball. It's going to come down to team tackling. It's going to come down to disciplined football. You know, coming out of that wing tee that they run, you know, they've got multiple options. As they come out of the backfield, they have 2 running backs. Their quarterback can keep it. They can, you know, do a quick RPO and throw the ball out in the flat or down the field. So we're going to have to play some very disciplined football tonight.
Yeah, you know, and that's going to be super important as the Leopards come across the field in their red tops, white trousers, and black helmets with the traditional leopard on the side. It is a gorgeous evening for football here in Lorena, Texas. As we look around the stadium, here to the south, Franklin Lions have their inflatable with the big lion showing up, and the Leopards have a brand new inflatable this season. Lots of guys chipped in on that. I don't know exactly all the names of the people who did, but the Leopards are lining up right behind their inflatable. You're going to see that thing start rocking really soon, and here we go. Leopards are filling it up. Any moment now, we're going to hear that fight song going, and the Leopards will come racing out of the tunnel. 5:35 left in our pregame. David Gibson, Chris Fuentes, alongside Cody Kellner. Cody, did we get to you and your keys of the game?
Not yet, not yet.
And here come the Lorena Leopards. Cowbells ringing, flags flying, and the Lorena Leopards are gathering at the 50-yard line, and they are ready to take on these Franklin Lions. It's going to be a tough contest tonight, folks. We're going to need these guys to play with all they've got. So, Cody, while we have a moment as the Lions race out on the field, what are your thoughts in terms of what Lorena needs to do to win this football game?
Well, David, what I noticed last week with Lorena is that whenever China Springs got the ball, they were always starting around midfield or at their own 45-yard line. So field possession really worked against them last week. So they really need to work on pinning Franklin back deeper, not get into the same situation that they got into against China Spring. And I think that will carry over through the rest of the game if they can establish good field position.
You know, and I completely agree with you. And I think the thing that added to that, troubled that situation, was that when we had to throw the ball, like you said, being from behind, the front for China Springs got a Division I prospect on there, and probably another college football player on there as well. And those guys had Brad the line of running for his life all night long. When you're behind and you need to throw and you can't set your feet, that's going to make for a long evening, guys.
Yeah, it definitely does. You know, we saw him get set one time, like for sure, and he bombed over the top and hit Ty Moore for the touchdown.
We're having a moment in silence in the stadium, so we're going to go ahead and take another commercial break. You are listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football on CTSN. Right back after this quick commercial. The Toby Miller family has a proud tradition of winning on the fields and courts of Central Texas. So it makes sense that Toby's Auto Sales is a family-owned and operated winner at making customers feel great about buying a car. Team up with Toby, Don, Dina, and Brian to get the quality car you want at the value you need so that you can drive away a winner of the car buying game. Visit Toby's Auto Sales at 2925 Franklin or give them a call at 254-756-1133. Join a winner in the car business. Toby's Auto Sales. National anthem. Welcome back into Leopard Stadium. David Gibson alongside Chris Fuentes, Cody Kellner, our statistician this evening, Clay Gibson on the board, and Knox Gunn on camera. Old Glory hanging still down there in the south end zone, Chris. It's a beautiful night for football, and the Leopards are about to meet at midfield for the toss.
What do you say we keep all the lights on tonight?
You know what? This is what's going to make tonight a success. It's going to be a success if there are no tornadoes and
I think we're good there.
All the lights stay on tonight.
Yes, please.
I spoke with Coach Biles this week, and I was like, Coach, are you just ready for a single game where there's nothing going on? Let's turn our attention to the toss out there. Right now we have Zane Grimm, Bradley Lina are the captains alongside James Dixon and an Anson Ariano. And so we're awaiting the toss. We'll be sure to get that to you momentarily.
You know, I've always found it interesting, David, as one team has everybody following their captains out while all the Franklin Lions are on the sideline. I've always found that interesting, while one team walks out and the other doesn't.
And, I noticed last week that both teams did it out in China Springs. So it looks like Lorena has won the toss. They have elected to defer.
Just like last week.
And we'll wait and see. Lorena's going to defend the north end zone. And Franklin is going to receive. So Franklin's offense, we'll get a good look at it right away, Chris, and they'll be starting off on offense, heading from left to right on the football field. Well, we got one more chance. We'll take a quick commercial break. You are listening to Lorena Leopards Football on CTSN, sponsored by Syntex Pond.
Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery. If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today.
The Toby Miller family.
Welcome back into Leopard Stadium. We're about to get underway as Ty Moore gets his team lined up, and he's about to kick it off to the Franklin Lions, who have 3 men deep. Datron Dixon, the 5'10" tailback, and cornerback, senior, is in the middle of the field. And trying to get some of those other numbers, guys. If you pick them up, let me know. 22, it looks like.
24, 11, and 4.
So 11 is Nick. You're going to have to help me with that name. Herntzer?
Yep.
Okay. HRNC. 4 consecutive consonants there. Here we go. Ty Moore approaching the football. Swings his leg. It's going to be returnable. Caught around the 1-yard line, and he'll bring it out. That is Datron Dixon. He's trying to get to the far side of the field. Tries to get to the corner. Will be run out of bounds short of the 20-yard line, and that's where the Franklin Lions will take over.
That's some pretty good coverage on that kickoff. You know, you like to pin that offense back as far as you can, and starting inside the 20 is a good start.
You know, the thing I'm noticing right away is the size of the offensive line for Franklin. They have some beef up front, which means that speed of Lorena is going to have to overcome that and get to the runners early.
77 looks way bigger than 250 that's listed.
So here we go, Franklin out of the huddle. Tight formation, 1 single wide receiver. They'll turn and hand off to the back. He's running to the far side of the field, gets near the 20-yard line, across it maybe by a yard, and is tackled there. Pickup of it looks like about 3, maybe 4.
You got to keep an eye on for this Franklin Lion offense is sophomore, number 5, Marcus Wade.
All right, and so that looked like, was that Malcolm Murphy on that carry there?
Yes, it was.
All right. Franklin back to the line of scrimmage. Marcus Wade, the quarterback. He's going to run it up inside. He's going to hand it off and run up inside. It's going to get up to near the first down. It's about a short route, about 1.5 yards. You're just joining us. First quarter, first drive of the game for Franklin. 11-11 left on the clock here. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1, so a big opportunity for Lorena. Let's see if Franklin doesn't get to the line of scrimmage quickly out of the huddle and try to take advantage of a little tempo.
Yeah, they're getting to that line of scrimmage pretty quick, David, and getting set.
Marcus Wade's the quarterback. He's under center, has 2 backs. He hands it off to the second back. I don't believe he got it, Chris. He did not get to the 25-yard. What is that spot? They're going to spot it at the 25.5, close to the 26, but that's still short of the first down. I want to remind you, all defensive stops this season brought to you by Walk-In Tubs of Texas.
That spot looks about a yard and a half off.
I agree with you.
He looks short of the line of scrimmage.
Fortunately, he's still a good yard short of the sticks, but you're right. Back to receive for your Leopards is Zane Grimm along with Ty Moore. Let's see if we can't get ourselves some good field position, Cody Kellner. Here's the punt. It's a low, wobbly one. Going to bounce over at the 48-yard line. Caught. Here comes Ty. He's getting to the 50. Looking to get outside. 45, 40. Knocked off his pins down at the 39-yard line. A really aggressive return by Ty Moore.
And what do you know? Some good starting field position.
Yeah, we'll take that, won't we?
Absolutely. I see an improved offensive performance this week. We had 260 yards of total offense. That's not happening this week.
Yeah, and you know, we lost 3 offensive possessions due to turnovers. I really agree with you. Some sophomores. We have a sideline warning, by the way, against Lorena. So that's interesting, but we do. So, and there actually was a flag. Now, that must have been an official running into a coach or a player. And they're actually going to mark off yards here, so that's no good.
Listen, so
I didn't know. I didn't know it.
Sideline warning already. They called a sideline warning on us.
I realized that, but didn't think that was a penalized play.
Well, I think that was the second one, I believe.
When did they call the first one? I apparently wasn't paying attention. 10:08 remaining in the first quarter. Bradley Lina is in the backfield. He's got A.J. Brim. He'll give it off to Brim. 45, cuts it up, 50. Spilled at the 49-yard line of Franklin, so picks up about 5 yards on that carry. Interestingly enough, obviously, Chris, they moved the ball back, but it was 1st and 10. Quick snap. That's Rhett. Rhett at the 50. Look out, 45, 40, 35, and down at the 29-yard line is Rhett Hansen.
Look, strong start. Look how quick we're getting to the line of scrimmage. We want to push the pace this week.
Yeah, you get the feeling Lorena said about the first 8 plays here. They're moving quickly. Line of Brim in the backfield. Line is looking to throw. Going deep, downfield. Has time more than he drops it at the goal line. Oh, boy, that was 6.
Yeah, that was 6. It was a beautiful pass. Hit him right in the hands. He just dropped it. That won't happen again. He's the most sure-handed receiver on the team.
I'll tell you right now, and I don't know if it's just because of the tempo or what, but right now Lorena looks faster.
They really do.
So we'll see if that holds up to be true. Ty Moore, McCray Lewis, Rhett Hansen are the near side receivers. Brim is lined up to the right of Lina in the backfield. One wide receiver to the right. Ty Moore comes in motion. Lina takes the snap, gives it, actually keeps it. He's up inside the 25-yard line. Looks like he got it right about the 25. That's a pickup of 4, and that'll bring up a big 3rd down and 6, guys.
You know, I look for a quick pass back to Ty Moore again. Number 81, who looks like a good-sized kid. He just does not have the speed that Ty does.
Ty actually moved. There's a flag, and then so that's going to be unfortunate. It's going to mark him back, make it 3rd down and 11. I got to think this is 2-down territory anyway.
Absolutely.
They're in that no man's land again, kind of like we talked about last week. But
threes aren't going to work.
No, we need to score this week. So on the near side, McCray Lewis. Actually, on the near side is Sam Ives. On the far side is McCray Lewis. A.J. Brim lined up right. Line is looking again to throw. He's going to throw out. High pass going to be incomplete. And is intended for Ty Moore on about a 5-yard out. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 11. Let's see what the Leopards do.
Yeah, you don't punt here at the 30-yard line, and I don't think you're kicking a 47-yard field goal either. I look to take a shot, send everybody downfield, and see if somebody can beat somebody.
See if you get a jump ball with Ty.
Yep.
So Lina needs to settle down just a little bit. Beautiful throws this evening. Some of them been just a tad high. He's in the shotgun with Brim. Looking to throw. Going to be able to throw the ball downfield. Got Ty again in the end zone. Touchdown, Leopards!
I'm telling you, he's gonna wear out number 81. He has so much more speed. The confidence that's what you expect to happen.
That looks like Ben Craig up the hash.
It really did. It looked great. Great start.
Could not have started better. Lorena jumping on top of Franklin here with 8:49 remaining in the first quarter. Bradley Lina and Sam Ives setting up for the extra point. Sam Ives is the holder, and Bradley Lina will do the honors of kicking it through the fork. Here's the snap. Ives has it, puts it down. Lina's kick is on the way, and it is good. So your score on the Gail Kelly scoreboard here in Lorena, Texas, with 8:49 remaining is your Lorena Leopards 7, the Franklin Lions 0. You're listening to Lorena Leopards football on CTSN, sponsored by Syntex Pond. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Are you in the market for a safe and therapeutic walk-in spa built right into your existing bathroom? Family-owned and operated Walk-In Tubs of Texas sells and installs top-quality national brand walk-in tubs for thousands less than the competition. Our low overhead enables us to save you thousands of dollars. Financing and low monthly payments available with good credit. Call or text 254-420-7541 for a free estimate. That's 254-420-7541. Or go online at tubsoftexas.com. Walk-in Tubs of Texas.
Welcome back into Leopard Stadium, where your Lorena Leopards are defending the home turf with 8:49 remaining on the Gail Kelly scoreboard. 7-0. Your Leopards are up. Dave Gibson alongside Chris Fuentes as Ty Moore lines up, gets ready to kick this ball away. Back to receive for Franklin again. Datron Dixon in the middle. And let's put this in the end zone, Ty. Ty shaking his head, bouncing with the band a little bit. I think he's feeling pretty good right now. Here he goes, swings his leg. Short end over end kick, going to be caught at the 15. He drops the football, picks it up, now trying to get to the middle, up to the 20, and he is going to be knocked down hard on the tackle for Lorena. I believe is that Julius Salazar? No, that's 24. 24 for the Leopards. Andrew Britton, the sophomore defensive back. So there's another underclassman, Chris, stepping up.
Yep. You know, as we break the defensive huddle, one thing I like to see, obviously we're gonna see a lot of runs. I like everybody in the box.
Yeah, everybody up close. Quarterback hands it off, looking for room across the 25, slips a couple of tackles, then will be gang tackled up around the 28.5-yard line. That's about a good 2.5 yards short. So second down and short for the Lions. Chris, not a single throw yet. Are you surprised?
Yeah, I am a little bit after hearing the stats. You know, 17 throws and a half, which was really weird. I don't know how many of those passes were completed. I didn't get the numbers on that, but the fact that they attempted 17 and a half was mind-numbing to me.
Marcus Wade under center, has a back right behind him. Man goes in motion. That's Datron. He's up across the 30. He'll have the first down as he slips a couple of tackles, and then he'll be tackled right around the 33-yard line, so that'll move the chains for Franklin.
Yeah, you know, and to elaborate what I was talking about with everybody being in the box, that's old school smash mouth football. It's like my guy is going to line up against your guy, and who's going to win.
So that was Datron Dixon on the carry that time. Trying to get Franklin likes to run in several backs in, and they come to the line of scrimmage quickly, so it's a little bit difficult to get who's in the backfield. Datron up the middle, got some room, 45, 48-yard line. That's another first down for Franklin. On the carry for the Lions was number 33, Seth Spiller, the 6'1" and 170-pound junior.
Yeah, and they're moving the ball pretty good right now. You know, we came out and got an aggressive stop on the first drive. We need to dig in and get one here.
Here they come again. Marcus Wade breaks the huddle quickly. Man goes in motion. Wade's keeping it. It's first pass of the football game. He'll step up and run it now. Up near the 50, and he won't get any further than that. Heck of a tackle that time by Lorena's number 75, Tyler Sparks, the senior defensive lineman.
Yeah, and you know, anytime that you can have a guy with that speed at quarterback, tuck it, and your defensive lineman stays with him and makes a tackle, that's an added bonus because he had a lot of space when he tucked it.
Pickup of 2 on that carry. Franklin needs the Lorena 42. Ball currently spotted right on the 50-yard line. Marcus Wade breaks the huddle. Hands it off to a running back. He's across the line of scrimmage for a pickup of about 2 more, down to the Lorena 48. That's going to bring up third down and 6.
Yeah, that was number 33, Seth Spiller, on the carry. So, you know, you're looking at 3rd and 6 here, and
I'll tell you what, I'll take it right now.
I really will because, you know, at the beginning of the drive, they were getting large chunks, and it's slowed down quite a bit.
Very tight formation for the Lions. Wade has it. He hands off to the back to the near side. He tries to get outside. He will not do it, and he's a good 2 yards short of the first down. Will bring up 4th down and 2. The ball spotted at the Lorena 44, and they need a 42. Let's see what they're going to decide to do.
They're not going to punt this ball. They are not going to punt this ball.
Datron Dixon. Let me get some of these names real quick, Chris. Seth Spiller. In the back, running backs, Marcus Wade. Charlie Scarpinato is the tight end, number 3. Here they come out of the huddle. Marcus Wade is the quarterback. Right behind him looks like he's going to keep it. Trying to get outside. He should have the first down, and he does. 42, 35, 30, and out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Naked bootleg there, Chris.
Yeah, naked bootleg, a lot of green, and made a move and made a man miss and got an extra 10 yards, 12 yards on the play. So drive continues, first down, just outside the 27-yard line. Leopards continue to stack the box. Everybody within 6 yards of the line of scrimmage.
It looks like they have a 23 on the field, and we don't have that on the roster. Here comes the quarterback rolling to his right. Flags fly. Looks like a tackle in the backfield. Completion, slips a tackle, and then will not get away from the Lorena Leopards afterwards. I think that was a chop block the way I saw one of the linemen getting up for the Leopards. It's a completion. It's about a 3-yard gain, but I think it's coming back.
Yep, it is a chop block going against Franklin.
I want to thank Terry Wood for bringing up some food for us this evening.
Fantastic.
And the call does indeed go against Franklin. All the way back to the 42-yard line. They needed the 17. So you're talking about, well, a long ride on the big yellow dog is what you're talking about. 27-37. That looks like
First and
25 yards.
Yeah, first and 25.
First and 25 yards. That's a 15-yard penalty. And here comes Franklin now as they're way behind the sticks. Marcus Wade, the quarterback. He's going to run option to the near side at the 45. That's number 11. He'll be tackled at the 39-yard line. That's Nick Hernser. And I'm going to apologize to that young man because I have no idea how to pronounce H-R-N-C-I-R. Nick Hernser.
About a 2-yard carry on that play, so you'll take that as your first down. Defensively, you know, one thing I was watching in the pregame, I was watching the quarterbacks. They were practicing those little flip handoffs that they were doing, those little pitches. It's not a normal pitch. It's like an underhand, he was moving his hands real quick. It's almost like an underhand softball toss.
So Wade, Spiller, Murphy in the backfield. Wade's looking to throw. He's getting some pressure. Will step up and try to run. He's going to be hit from behind and tackled at the 37-yard line. The ball is out, and we have yet to see a signal. It looks like maybe Franklin recovered, and Wade's a little slow to get up. He took a big hit.
They did. And I want to give some credit to number 75, Tyler Sparks. It looked like he was being held on the play. Fought through and ended up causing the pressure to get him to tuck it and instead of look for the pass downfield. And
I believe that was Blake Higgins on the tackle. Yeah. All right, third down and still a really long way to go. Wade hands it off. Running back coming to the near side. That's Murphy. He's at the 40, breaks the tackle. 35. Breaks a couple more tackles, and then he's tripped up out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 11. So this is surely, unless they have a heck of a kicker, I got to think Franklin's going for it here. 4th and 11. They need the 17-yard line. Ball spotted right now at the 28.
Yeah, and with Wade's speed, you know, I'd be concerned, you know, who is spying him. I'd look for that naked boot again.
Tyler Sparks comes off the field for Lorena. Here they go. 4th down 11 to the line quickly. Marcus Wade sends Murphy in motion. Flips it to him, trying to get to the outside. Might have the corner. He is going to be run out of bounds short of the sticks near the 20-yard line. The near side official, I don't think he's got the spot. The far side official has it marked out on the 20, and that means it's going to go back to your Lorena Leopards.
That's right. And, you know, that was a little bit of bend, don't break defense. You know, you give up some good plays offensively, you know, to Franklin and give them some credit. But, you know, that Leopard defense hung in and got a stop.
And also, Chris, that drive was just over 7 minutes long. Franklin got the ball with about 10 minutes left to go in the first quarter, so they've already burned off 7 minutes. They didn't get any points there, but time and possession went in their favor there.
Yeah,
Bradley Line in the backfield. He's there with Brim. Going to give it off to Brim right up the middle. Got some room. 25 up near the 30-yard line. About a yard short. They're going to spot him at the 29, so a 9-yard gain there by Brim on first down. Want to do mention that again, all stops this evening. The last 4th down stop brought to you by Walk-In Tubs of Texas. They're going to flip it to Rhett. Rhett trying to get upfield. He's got the first down up near across the 35-yard line. That's Rhett Hansen, the sophomore. And they'll move the sticks after a 6-yard gain.
You know, going back to that time of possession stat, you know, I'll be interested to see how that tracks along throughout the game. You know, it could wear on us defensively.
And it could actually hurt them, though, if they don't start scoring.
Absolutely.
Lina looking to throw to the near side. He's going to tuck it. He's in a little bit of pressure now. We'll throw the ball and throw it out of bounds. And you know what? I love to see that play by Bradley because there was nothing there, and he didn't try to force it.
Yeah, didn't try to
Keep
force it.
the football.
Didn't try to force it. And, you know, last week I felt like there were many plays that he was snapping the ball and was immediately under pressure.
Yep.
This time he looked through a couple of progressions, decided to take off and see if something would open up. It ended up not. Made the smart play, throw it out of bounds, and lived to see another down.
Bradley Liner, Rhett Hansen, A.J. Brim in the backfield. Ty Moore goes in motion to the far side of the field. Bradley hands it off to Brim. He runs into the middle of the line. Not a lot going there. Will be knocked backwards after no gain. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, and that was a nice tackle on the play for Franklin by number 30, Mason Bannister. Got in, made the initial hit, and wrapped up and brought him down.
1:52 remaining on the Gail Kelly scoreboard, brought to you by Billy Kelly CPA. Lorena up 7-0. Lina and Brim. Lina's got the ball, rolling to the far side, throws it. It is beyond the sticks. Did he catch it? Official says no, incomplete, and that'll bring up Lorena's first kick first punt of the ball game.
Yeah, so Ty Moore coming out to kick. Last week he punted the ball 4 times, a little over 40 yards per kick, with a long of 56. So we can look to flip the field here and pin them back deep.
And Ty's always got that green light. If he senses that the return team is not paying attention, he can tuck it. Let's see if he decides to kick it away here. Ty Moore stands at his own 23-yard line. Dixon's back inside of his 25. Wobbly kick, gonna bounce at the 30, the 26, take a Lorena hop inside the 20, all the way down to the 17-yard line, and that's where the Franklin Lions will take over. We're gonna go ahead and take a commercial break here in the booth. You're listening to Syntex Pond's broadcast of Lorena Leopards football on CTSN.
Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple, and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond.
First down and 10 for Franklin. They hand it up off the middle, banging his way across the 20-yard line up near the 23. Was number 33, I believe. Seth Spiller. He's a big youngster. 6'1", 170-pound halfback junior, and he picks up about 6 on that first down carry. That'll bring up second down and 4. It's going to be tough for Lorena to stay tough up the middle. They're going to be trying to hammer him all night. Spiller again gets the carry. He's got enough for a first down. He makes the 28-yard line, just enough for the first down. As the clock continues to run, we're under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Lorena on top 7-0. Bradley Line and Ty Moore hooking up early for a touchdown.
On 4th and long.
On 4th and 11, you're exactly right. Marcus Wade, the quarterback for Franklin. Murphy goes in motion. Hands up. It's a counter play. He's across the 30-yard line up to the 33. Pickup of about 5 there. It'll bring up second down and 5 for Franklin.
As they're getting set to calling their next play, what I find interesting is if their person in the backfield doesn't get the ball, they almost stop. It's like they're trying to conserve energy for the next play almost.
Interesting.
If they get a carry. I mean, where the read is going. There's no fake action going on. If they don't get the ball and they're lined up in the backfield, they almost just stop where they are.
And it looks like that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. Franklin lets the time run out. So after a quarter of play, your Lorena Leopards are up 7-0. Let's go ahead and keep it here. And okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football on CTSN.
When you're faced with an auto repair, all you really want is to be treated fairly and to have it done right the first time. Well, Lorena's own Jesse Britt has been doing just that for over 20 years. Jesse Britt's Automotive is a full-service repair shop that can handle any of your automotive needs. Jesse's highly trained staff handles both foreign and domestic repairs, offers competitive pricing, and 100% customer satisfaction. Jesse Britt's Automotive even offers a free shuttle service to help ease your burden while you wait. So the next time you are faced with an auto repair, trust Jesse Britt to treat you fairly and to do it right the first time. Jesse Britt's Automotive, where they discount the price, not your service.
Welcome back into Leopard Stadium. After a quarter of play, Lorena up Lorena up 7-0. When we catch a break here in a moment, Cody, anything stick out to you from the first quarter of play in terms of stats?
Oh, exactly, David. When it comes to Franklin, they had over 100 yards rushing in that first quarter, and they got 5 first downs rushing. So it'll be interesting to see if that will continue throughout the duration of the game. Last week, China Springs had success running the ball against Lorena, and so it looks like that same trend is starting to carry on into the first quarter here.
So we have movement on the offensive line for Franklin as they get set to play. That's going to march the ball backwards, which will bring up now second down and 9. Actually, second down and 10. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line, so they need the 38 for a new set of downs. Franklin huddling, looking to the sideline.
I want to comment on how fast that first quarter went.
Yeah.
They're keeping the ball on the ground a lot, and that went pretty quick.
Marcus Wade still the quarterback. Got two backs in the backfield with him. Fakes it to one. Looking to throw. He's under a lot of pressure. He's trying to step up. Can he get loose? No, he cannot. Sacked in the backfield. And that is Kason Pitts, who had a big week last week as well, Chris.
Yeah, he made a great tackle, and he stayed with the play. The two defensive linemen missed the tackle, and he was able to follow it up. So
big play
stop
right there. Brings up a 3rd down and 12. So far, we have yet to see, I'm going to knock on wood here. So far, we have yet to see Franklin convert a 3rd down and long. Hopefully that trend continues here. Here they come out of the huddle. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Everybody in tight. Marcus Wade, the quarterback. He's going to hand it off to the far side of the field. That's a new running back. Tries to get outside. He is going to slip a few tackles, running really hard up to the 35-yard line, but he'll be knocked short there. That was Bobby Washington, the 5'9", 150-pound sophomore fullback.
So it'll be interesting to see. It looks like they're lining up to punt here, so we can have a good chance for another starting field position to be in our favor.
Yeah, we would love to put 2 scores between us and a running offense. 10:48 as the clock continues to run. Ty Moore and Colton Dale, I believe, in the back to receive the punt. Here's the snap. Is it Zane? It's kicked away from the 24-yard line. Nose up spiral. Going to be fair caught and then dropped and recovered by the Leopards. And that was Zane Grimm.
That was a pretty nice kick.
That was. And those nose-up spirals are extremely difficult to catch. They just die on you.
Yeah, they do.
And so good job by the Leopards by making sure they didn't lose the possession there.
Yeah. I look to go back to the air here. We had some success running with Brim, but I'm telling you, Ty Moore should be able to get what he wants in this game.
Will Teague, wide receiver to the far side of the field, along with Ty Moore. 2 wideouts to this side. One of them is Rhett Hansen, and I believe the other one is McCray Lewis. Lina looking to the far side, throws it. It's caught by Ty. Trying to get forward. He'll pick up a nice lunge forward across the 40 to the 41-yard line. And we know that very well, right, Chris?
Yeah, we do. He is not going to go down with the first contact at all.
So they'll give him a credit for a 7-yard gain there after what looked like it might be just 3 or 4.
I'd keep force feeding it to him. I mean, they're playing off the ball.
I'm not sure they have anybody that can cover Ty.
I don't think so.
Lina and Brim in the backfield. Here comes Ty in motion. They're going to fake it to him. Actually, he's going to keep it. And he's tripped up in the backfield as Franklin got a lot of pressure there.
Yeah, they did get a lot of pressure in the backfield. They were there almost as the handoff happened.
Looked like maybe there was a little bit of confusion on if that was going to be a keep or a give.
Yeah, I think Lina was considering keeping it, and then at the very last second decided to hand it off.
So a loss of 1 or 2 on there, so it brings up 3rd down and 6. Bradley looking to throw. Under a lot of pressure. Now rolling to the near side. Has McCray Lewis deep. Going to throw it to Ty. It is caught inside the 30.
Wow, what a way to stay with the play. I don't think that throw was actually intended for Ty Moore. I think he was looking for McCray and then ended up just not getting enough on the ball. But Ty stayed with it and made a great catch.
Credit Ty for knowing how to get there and catch it. Line of Brim in the backfield. They're going to hand it quickly to Brim. Inside the 25. The whole pile moving down to the 21-yard line. So a pickup of 6 on that carry.
I want to see us bring back that tempo we used on that first drive that we were successful and got a touchdown
Seth Spiller on the tackle for Franklin. Here we go once again. Lina has it. They're going to flip it to Rhett Hansen. Trying to get to the outside. He's going to be hit and tackled at the line of scrimmage for no gain. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
I look for another quick little pass in the flat. They're playing soft coverage.
Yeah, to this point, I haven't seen tight coverage to where you couldn't throw it.
Now,
Michael Moore, go ahead.
Yeah, on the far side, he's lined up right across from the receiver, but he's 5 yards off on the
Lina running. He slips inside the 20, 15. Look out. Outside the 10. 5 towards the pylon. Did he get in? No, the official marks him about a yard short of the end zone on a QB keeper by Bradley Lina.
And I think that was Will Teague out on the left-hand side with an incredible block on the outside to spring him and get him down near the end zone.
20-yard run by Lina, and they're quickly to the line of scrimmage. Got to think it's going to go to Brim, and it does. He barrels his way in the end zone. Touchdown, Leopards.
It's night and day from last week, isn't it, David?
It is, and you got the feeling last week. You got the feeling last week that Lorena's offense was just misfiring. You know, we got the weapons, got the quarterback,
Yep.
and I think you're right. You mentioned this earlier. The key here is he's got time to throw.
Yeah, and as they line up for the kick, I'll be interested to see if we can pull up offensive stats and see how we compare to last week at this point in the game already.
Sam Ives puts the ball down. Bradley Lina kicks it true, and your Lorena Leopards are up 14-0 on the Gail Kelly scoreboard, sponsored by Billy Kelly CPA. 8:14 remaining in the second quarter. Let's go ahead and keep it here. If Cody, you ready? Should we take a break? Take a break? Okay, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. You're listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football on CTSN, sponsored by Syntex Pond.
Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple, and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond.
14-0, your Lorena Leopards on top of Franklin with 8:14 remaining here before halftime. Dave Gibson, Chris Fuentes, Cody Kellner, Clay Gibson, and Knox Gunn here in the CTSN booth this evening. Bradley Lina handing the ball to A.J. Brim for a 1-yard plunge. Puts the Leopards up 2 scores as Ty Moore lines up the kickoff, kicking from left to right. And this game couldn't have started a lot better, Chris, than what it has so far.
Yeah, really strong start. You know, we've had to put 150 to 160 yards of offense on the field already.
Ty Moore with a booming, deep kick. Going to be caught at the 1. Fumbled forward, then picked up at the 5. To the far sideline. Escaping 1 or 2 tackles up across the 15. They're going to say he got up to the 17-yard line, and that's where Franklin will start. And you know, Cody mentioned this before the game, field position. And so far, Lorena has won the battle of field position, for sure.
Absolutely, and on 2 of the kickoffs, there's been mishandles. And so, you know, that allows the Lorena team to get down and make tackles. And this is the second time out of the 3 possessions that they've had that they've started inside of the 20-yard line.
So that Lorena defense has been up to the task of stopping that power running game so far of Franklin. Let's see if they can do it again. Marcus Wade is the quarterback. Lots of running backs there with him. Hard to tell who gets it. He hands off up the middle. A pickup of maybe 1. That'll bring up second down and 9. And, you know, if you're not watching this game, Chris, it's probably difficult to get a sense of how many running backs and the misdirection that's going on. It's very difficult to tell who even gets the football.
Yeah, the way they run that offense, it gives people a lot of different people the chance to carry the ball and be successful.
Here come the Lions. That gray and green, the green numerals on the gray uniform are not easy to pick out. Wade is the quarterback. He's rolling to their side. He's got some pressure now. He's going to try to tuck it and run. Up across the 20s. Gets some blocking. 25-30. First down. Slips another tackle across the 35. Up near the 37-yard line is where they say his knee went down, and that's a first down for the Lions.
Yeah, and that's what you cannot do. You cannot lose that young man. He is fast. He is mobile. And, you know, he escaped a couple tackles and made some defenders miss. So pretty dangerous with his feet.
Here come the Lions once again now with a fresh set of downs at the 37-yard line. Going to hand off up the middle. Hit in the backfield. Slips away and now tackled by 2 or 3 Lorena Leopards. See if we can get a number on those guys.
Yeah, initial contact was by Kason Pitts off the outside, you know, and he chased him down from behind, so that was pretty good pursuit. I
think I also see Julius Salazar, number 12, in there. Coming off the field for the Leopards is Colton Dale, being replaced by Andrew Britton.
You'll always take a negative yardage play on defense.
Yes, you will. Second down and 13. Hand off to the far side, 35-40. Bumped out of bounds right around the 43-yard line. A pickup of about 6 on that carry. 6:26 remaining in the second quarter of play. Lorena trying to get to halftime, at least with a 14-point lead.
Yeah. And in that first quarter, Franklin had 5 first downs rushing, so it'll be interesting to see what they do on third down.
Yeah, third down and a long 3 as they come to the line of scrimmage. Wade's the quarterback. He's going to hand it off up the middle. First down, across the 50, look out. 45-40, don't let him get away. Down inside the 35 and run out of bounds all the way down inside the 30-yard line to the 27. So
Yeah.
big pickup there on third down.
Yeah, that was some really tough running by Franklin line number 33, Seth Spiller on the play. He carried 2 Leopards with him for a good ways.
Yeah. And that, that's really going to be the key here. You'd love to see Lorena keep their defense off the field as much as possible because it's going to be tackling and more tackling running backs all night long, and that can wear you out as the night goes along. Here comes Franklin. Running the option, pitches it, 30, 25, it's his trouble. 20, 15, 10, they will not catch him. He's in the end zone for the touchdown. That's number 24, Malcolm Murphy, on the 27-yard touchdown run for Franklin.
Yeah, and this is, this team scored 50 points last week, and so it's not like we were going to go and keep them scoreless the whole night.
Is it okay?
We could hope so,
Right.
absolutely, but you don't accidentally score 50 points in a game.
Good point. Number 82 on to kick for Franklin. That's Asher Ward. I think that's 82. Again, it's hard to see these green numerals. Low snaps, picked up on the tee, and it appears that it is good. So with 5:53 remaining, Franklin gets on the board. Your Leopards are on top 14-7. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break in the booth. You're listening to Lorena Leopards football on CTSN, sponsored by Cody Lee and the good folks at Syntex Pond. Right back after this.
With well over 25 years of experience in construction, you can trust Williams Contracting, LLC. Williams Contracting, LLC are general and restoration contractors specializing in whole house remodeling and insurance claims. Contact Mark Williams at 254-301-2752 with your next remodeling needs. Williams Contracting, LLC. That's 254-301-2752.
Welcome back into Leopard Stadium. Dave Gibson alongside Chris Fuentes. Clay Gibson on the board this evening, and Cody Feltner on stats. Knox Gunn on camera. And your Leopards are up 14-7 with 5:53 remaining. Chris, pretty important here for the Leopards to either get to halftime with a 7-point lead or maybe even put some points back on the board as they'll get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, I was calling for tempo that last possession. I'll be good to run 5 minutes and 52 seconds off this clock.
Julio Berbescas kicks the ball away, caught inside the 20, 25, 30, look out, 35-40, breaks the tackle and up around the 45-yard line. Number 14 on the tackle there for... That was Ty Moore on the carry, and I believe 14 on the tackle for Franklin. There is no 14.
He is so dangerous every time he touches the ball.
He is. And you can tell he's even stronger this year than he is last year. That burst has improved for sure.
Yep.
Here come the Leopards. Off the sideline, Bradley Lina. Michael Moore in the game, lined up across the field with Sam Ives. Rhett Hansen here to the near side. Lina looking to throw, throws it out. Caught by Moore across the 50. That's Michael Moore, down to the 48-yard line. So a pickup of about 7. That brings up a nice short second down and 3. Do you take a shot downfield?
I'm having a hard time remembering when that little two-step quick pass out to the flat hasn't worked.
Well, look at the cushion. And at some point they're going to come up, and then they're going to run right past him. Here you go. Lina hands it to Brim. He's hitting the backfield, spilled hard.
Yeah,
at the 49-yard line. A loss of 1. James Little, the tackle there for Franklin, number 81.
Yeah, he was there pretty much immediately. He was coming off that edge and got in really quick.
That looked like it didn't feel good.
No, it did not. But he popped up quick. A.J. Brim's a tough cat.
So Ty Moore replaces Michael Moore. He's going to line up in the slot to the far side of the field. 4 wides. A.J. Brim in the backfield with Lina. He's lined up to his left. This is a big 3rd down and 4 for Lorena. Lina looking to throw. Throws it out. Caught. First down by Ty Moore. Cross the 45 down to the 43-yard line, and that's enough for a first down for Lorena.
I feel like we could say his name probably 20 more times this evening.
I'd be okay with that.
He's gonna be open, and if he's not open, he's gonna make himself get open.
Here we go. Ty Moore comes in motion this time. Line is going to throw it his way. Ty make some people miss? 45, 41-yard line. I think it's where they're going to spot him down. Let's see where they mark it. So a pickup of About 2, maybe 3. The far side official says 3. The near side official says 2, and they're going to go with the near side official.
Yeah.
So
if he would have gone down with the initial hit, he would have been at the line of scrimmage. So we'll thank the defense for pushing him forward a couple yards on that one.
definitely take it. Brim and Red Hansen in the backfield along with Lina. 2 wides to the far side. 1 to the near side is McCray Lewis. Going to throw to the far side out in the flat. It is incomplete, and that was dangerous. Thrown behind Michael Moore.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of miscommunication because Moore hadn't even turned yet, and the throw was already out. So
Yeah, and you see him kind of moving their hands like they're talking about routes down there. Some kind of miscommunication. You're right, Chris.
yeah.
Want to mention all first downs brought to you by Jesse Britt Automotive. So last first down for the Leopards. Let's see if we can get a 3rd down and 8 to be a Jesse Britt Automotive first down. Both touchdowns this evening, sponsored by Williams Contracting. And Lina is under center, now backs away. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Rhett Hansen is the receiver. Actually, that's McCray Lewis. They're going to hand it off. Pitch is late. Ball's on the ground, and that's trouble. And it looks like Lorena recovered it at the 37-yard line. So a pickup of about 3 or 4, but it does bring up a 4th down. And what do you do right here, Chris? 3:37 remaining. Do you give the ball back to Franklin with good field position? And it looks like
Ty's going to come out. I wouldn't be surprised to see if
this looks like fake territory big time.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Well,
you want Franklin to go the length of the field if they're going to score, right?
Absolutely, especially with the way that they chew the clock up.
Tight formation. They're going for it.
And splitting everybody wide.
Lina is in the backfield. He's looking to throw. Got a man down there. Caught! 25-20. First down, Leopards all the way down to the 17, 18-yard line. What a play.
Yeah, and that was Sam Ives on the reception. And one thing I noticed when that ball was snapped, it looked like the receivers just froze for a second, and it kind of caught the defense off guard. They hit the little turbo button and went forward
19
and got
yards.
past the defensive backs.
19 yards on the completion from Lina to Ives. Big catch by Sam. Lina's in the backfield. He's going to hand it off up the middle. Brim breaks free. 10-5. Touchdown. Lorena Leopards.
Well, that's 2 scores that we've gotten, and we've converted on 4th down and ended up turning into 6.
You know, how many times do you see a team like that get it on 4th down and then score on the very next play? It's almost like it's a backbreaker for the opposing team.
Yeah, in boxing they call those haymakers. So, you can't give an offense that has the high power that Lorena does an extra chance.
Bradley Lina's kick is on the way, and it is good. So Lorena now with 3 Williams Contracting touchdowns on the board. I want to thank Mark Williams and the gang for sponsoring all the touchdowns this season. They specialize in whole house remodeling and insurance claims. So with 2:40 remaining before halftime, your Leopards have jumped on top of Franklin again by a score of 21-7. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break. You're listening to the Lorena Leopards broadcast of Lorena Leopards football on CTSN, sponsored by Syntex Pond. Back after this.
Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses with expertise in strategic accounting and tax services. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net.
21-7 Leopards as Ty Moore lines to kick off. All kicks this season brought to you by Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt. Here goes Ty. Swings a deep, high driving kick. Going to be caught inside the 5. You're going to let it bounce. And now he's going to pick it up and drop it. 3rd straight kick they've dropped. He's in a lot of trouble back inside the 5. Tackle near the goal line. They're going to spot his forward progress at the 4 to the makes a lot of fans here on the near side happy, doesn't it?
I'm interested. I want to know how many times last week that they had trouble fielding a return. I mean, it's 3 times in a row that they've struggled to catch.
It makes you wonder on some level. This is probably not true, but it does make me wonder. There's 3 people returning kicks. It's almost as if there's some indecisiveness about who's going to catch that one. That ball landed a little bit between 2 return men, and so here comes Franklin. 2:33 remaining, deep in their own territory. Once again, losing the field. Double reverse up the middle. across the 10-yard line up near the 11. That'll be about 3 yards short of a first down as they need the 14 after starting at their own 4. Clock is running. 2:20 remaining before halftime. 21-7.
That's a pretty gutsy call in the end zone.
Yeah. Really? I mean,
I thought it went high.
if Kason Pitts is blitzing again, that's the safety.
Yep.
Under pressure, gonna throw, stepping up, hit in the backfield, gonna be sacked for a loss back at the 7-yard line. That's a 4-yard sack there.
Hey, would you believe that was 21 Kason Pitts on the play?
I'm beginning to wonder if he's the only one allowed to sack this season. Great job by Kason Pitts.
You know, he almost got away, and that was just pure strength. He pulled him down by the sleeve and then pulled him back towards his body and wrapped him up and brought him down.
Let's see if we can't get another walk-in Tubbs of Texas stop here on 3rd down. Would love to see Franklin have to kick it out of their own end zone, maybe get a chance. They're running a lot of clock. Don't blame them. 127, 126. You know they're just trying to get to halftime at this point. Burst up the middle. He's going to have the first down, and that's going to probably take us to halftime as he gets up to the 17-yard line, enough for a Franklin first down, a pickup of about 11 on that carry.
Yeah, and
they're going to say a 10-yard carry.
And I was just about to mention that we had all 3 timeouts remaining, so we would have got a stop there. We would have got the ball with plenty of time to score.
Good news is we do get the ball to start the second half. Here comes Franklin. Pitches on the option. Got a little trouble out here. At the 20, slips one tackle, and then going to be met by a host of Lorena Leopards. I see 8 and 5. That's Colton Dale and Dalen Browder, as well as several other Lorena Leopards. Zane Grimm comes out of there with the football, but the officials say, let's play on, son.
Yeah. 55 seconds left, so I'm looking at 2 plays here, max.
I'm thinking they take a shot. They got probably not going to run it in, probably not, knock on wood, from 73 yards away. Handoff to the far side of the field. Going to be tripped up and then breaking free across the 30 up near the 31. And it looks like we're going to have a timeout. We will have a timeout. Let's throw it to Cody on stats. All stats this season brought to you by Toby's Auto Sales, your Waco family-owned and operated pre-owned auto company. Cody, what do you see so far?
Well, so far, I think the story of the first half in regards to Franklin is definitely the running game. I mean, they ran it with 7 different runners in the first half alone. They've gotten looks like 7 or 8 first downs just by rushing. But fortunately for Lorena, I mean, they're already up by 2 touchdowns going into halftime with the lead. It seemed like whenever they did score, they did have some quick scoring drives. I think one thing might work in their favor is if they have some longer scoring drives so they can sustain it with the running game. But the plays have worked well in their favor, and they've been able to capitalize on some quick scores.
Yeah, nothing to complain about tonight. You know, we haven't had a turnover.
Yep.
Knock on wood. Bradley Lina looks super sharp.
He does, and you know, it's we knew he had the talent, right? We saw that last year. He has a cannon for an arm. He's very smart. He's getting time.
Exactly.
He's not under a ton of pressure.
35 seconds left before halftime. Second down. Lorena has all of their timeouts. Do you burn some of them here and see if you can't get them back? Second down and 7. They need their 37 for the first down. Ball spotted at the 30. Here comes Franklin looking to throw to the near side. Throws it out in the flat. It's caught at the 40. First down, Lions, and then hit hard by Zane Grimm at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, and that's a surefire, solid tackle. And, you know, Zane Grimm, he's your senior on defense. He's your leader. He's also your leading tackler.
23 seconds remaining now as the Lions appear to take another timeout.
Yeah.
So Franklin maybe not so content just to get to halftime after all, and you've got to think, of course they're aware of the fact that Lorena gets the ball again.
Yeah.
Needing to do something here to maybe put some points on the board to stay in this football game.
Yeah, and, you know, defensively you could probably drop a little bit back in your coverage here because they're not going to try to run the ball in from, 68 yards out. A quarterback had a little bit of time to throw, and he made a nice throw and completed the pass. And so, you still want to get some pressure from your defensive line, but I think you depend on your experienced corners and safeties and play this and get us to halftime 21-7.
And would you believe the first catch of the evening for Franklin with 21 seconds remaining before halftime as Cody Kellner brings us on stats. Of course, all stats brought to you by Toby's Autos.
I don't know how much I put into them throwing 17 times in the first half last week.
Maybe
they got just better protection because the Leopards have been in the backfield for sure, and so he's lined up to pass a few times and then had to tuck it and take off.
Well, and the Leopards are salty at defensive back, and that may have something to do with it too. Hearn might have been lacking in that category. Here comes Franklin, 21 seconds, trying to hold him out of the end zone at their own 43-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Zane Grimm and several of the Leopards tackle there at the 46-yard line, and I think Franklin is going to take a moment to burn their final timeout.
That pass I was calling for? They ran it.
I got to be honest. This is just interesting to me. They're burning all their timeouts, and then they're running plays.
It doesn't make much sense. I know they're trying to see if they could break one, but Lorena so far has been very sound defensively. They've been making the right reads. They've been watching, they've been staying in their lanes and staying home with their assignment. And, the plays that they have gotten was the naked bootleg, and then they broke one or two tackles. And so it's not like, Lorena's been missing tackles all night long. So 15 seconds before half, looking at 2nd and 8 from just past the 45-yard line.
I mean, even if you throw it, you've got a maximum 2 plays here.
Yeah, and, we haven't seen his full arm strength, and so we don't know if he can get the ball into the end zone because he hasn't had that much time to throw up and load up and launch one.
Yeah, looking at the stats, this is going to be an interesting conversation at halftime. You wouldn't think Lorena's up by 2 scores if you're just looking at stats. Running to the far side of the field, 50. Breaks a tackle down inside the 40-yard line of Lorena and out of bounds just inside the 40-yard line. 7 seconds remaining. It looks like they could take a shot at the end zone here.
Yeah.
Ball spotted right on the 40, so 1st and 10.
But with the first completion that was just a couple of plays ago, he only threw the ball about 25 yards in the air, and so it's not like we've seen him throw from 40. So we'll see.
14-yard carry on that last run by number 15, Bryson Washington for Franklin. Here we go. This ought to be the last play of the game, of the half. Excuse me. He's quarterback's back to throw, throws it out in the flat. It's caught at the 42. A lot of Leopards there. Going to be wrestled down by Zane Grimm and Kaysen Pitts back at the 42-yard line, and that will take us to halftime with our score on the Gail Kelly scoreboard, 21-7.
We'll take that half. We look great, offensively and defensively. You've got no turnovers. You haven't seen any penalties.
No.
Beside the sideline warning. Really solid half of football.
Absolutely. So we have halftime coming up here at Leopard Stadium, and just before we go to break, I got to be honest. You're talking around town a little bit this week, and people are concerned about this game. And obviously, 49-6, right? I mean, you think that team's coming in here ready to play, and not that this game is by any stretch over, but Lorena looks every bit the superior team right now.
Right, and you wonder how much 3A to 4A comes into play here. They are 3A Division I and ranked at the top 10 in the state. So we know that they're a good program. They were 10-2 state semifinalists last year.
Right.
And so
but that's a great point, right? I mean, depth, and maybe you have more weaknesses across the field. We talked about team speed.
You can look at the sideline. We have 20, 25 guys on the sideline. Whereas when they've got on offense or defense, they're 11 out on the field, and they only have 10 to 12 over there.
They have more players playing both ways.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you look at their roster,
it looks a lot different than ours.
It sure does. Sure does. Let's go ahead and take a break here up in the booth. We're going to come back and give you a chance to listen to Lorena's marching band. Franklin taking the field right now, so we'll come back and visit with Cody Kellner on some stats about the first half. Your score here from Leopard Stadium. It's a good one. Lorena up 21-7 at halftime. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
The Toby Miller family has a proud tradition of winning on the fields and courts of Central Texas. So it makes sense that Toby's Auto Sales is a family-owned and operated winner at making customers feel great about buying a car. Team up with Toby, Dawn, Dina, and Brian to get the quality car you want at the value you need so that you can drive away a winner of the car buying game. Visit Toby's Auto Sales at 2925 Franklin or give them a call at 254-756-1133. Join a winner in the car business. Toby's Auto Sales. Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery! If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today. The Toby Miller family has a proud tradition of winning. Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond. Are you in the market for a safe and therapeutic walk-in spa built right into your existing bathroom? Family-owned and operated Walk-In Tubs of Texas sells and installs top-quality national brand walk-in tubs for thousands less than the competition. Our low overhead enables us to save you thousands of dollars. Financing and low monthly payments available with good credit. Call or text 254-420-7541 for a free estimate. That's 254-420-7541. Or go online at tubsoftexas.com. Walk-in Tubs of Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net. When you're faced with an auto repair, all you really want is to be treated fairly and to have it done right the first time. Well, Lorena's own Jesse Britt has been doing just that for over 20 years. Jesse Britt's Automotive is a full-service repair shop that can handle any of your automotive needs. Jesse's highly trained staff handles both foreign and domestic repairs, offers competitive pricing, and 100% customer satisfaction. Jesse Britt's Automotive even offers a free shuttle service to help ease your burden while you wait. So the next time you are faced with an auto repair, trust Jesse Britt to treat you fairly and to do it right the first time. Jesse Britt's Automotive, where they discount the price, not your service. Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond.
We're at halftime live in Lorena, Texas. David Gibson alongside Chris Fuentes. Your Leopards are up 21-7 over Franklin in the first half. While the Franklin marching band is on the field, we're going to turn our attention here and take a look at some of the first half stats. It's not as clean as you'd think. An excellent first half by Lorena, but you wouldn't think looking at the stats that the score is 21-7.
Oh, exactly, David. When you look at Franklin's stats, they have over 240 yards of offense compared to Lorena's 180. In terms of time of possession, Franklin had the ball over twice as long as Lorena did in the first half. Yet Lorena still has a 2-touchdown lead. Franklin obviously has been controlling the ball with their aggressive run game, but with them being down by 2 touchdowns going into the second half, it'll be interesting to see if they try to speed up their offense a little bit, maybe try to incorporate some passing, because I'm not sure if those long drives, time-consuming drives, can get them back into the game being down by 2 touchdowns.
I agree, and now that I sort of reflect for just a moment on the yardage situation, we talked about how important field position would be, and I think that's exactly why you see the discrepancy in yards, even though the fact that we're up by 14 points, we haven't had to travel as far.
Exactly. We have had strong starting field position, whereas, we talked about them having 2 possessions start inside of the 15-yard line and one happen just outside of the 20. And so, they have had longer fields, and we have played some bend-don't-break defense. We've given up some long drives, but we've ended up coming away pretty successful and forcing 2 turnovers on fourth down.
Yeah,
and getting the ball turnover on downs.
Exactly right. One interesting, we expected Franklin to come in our rushing running team until we kind of heard what they did last week, but they've really returned back to that. 8 players have carried the football here in the first half for Franklin.
That's not touching the ball. That's actual rushes. That's
right.
8 rushers.
Yeah, I know, right? 8. And check out these yards per carry for these guys. Malcolm Murphy, 9.4. Seth Spiller, 11.6. Bryson Washington, 6.8. Zach Davis, 19. If you didn't look at the scoreboard and you looked at the rushing stats, you wouldn't.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, when you're putting up those kind of yards per carry, you think that the score's flipped, right?
Right. So we're fortunate. We're not fortunate. We played excellent football in the first half. That's exactly what we've done. So, and credit that Lorena defense, right, for giving us the short field.
For sure.
That's allowed us to make those quick scores. So just looking again over some of the stats again, Lorena's offense, we have them for. I'm sorry, what's that? Oh, first downs. Yeah. So Franklin with 12 first downs, Lorena with only 8. But again, you got 50 yards in the air to tie, or 45 yards to tie more. And so you're not going to pick up a lot of first downs when you're having those type of scoring plays.
No, you're not. And, one thing that I like to say compared to last week, Bradley has had much more time to be patient, go through his reads, and I like the pace that we're playing with this week. The defense is allowing us to kind of play like that, and so we're taking advantage of what they're giving us. They're giving us some space defensively, and that quick pass out in the flat has been open pretty much every time. So I'll be interested to see if Franklin tries to come up and press the coverage up on the receivers, but I don't know if they do that. If we keep lining up Ty on the inside in the slot, they don't have anybody that can body up with him, and so he's just going to either beat you downfield or he's going to make a move and make you miss.
Looking at last week's stats, Bradley 9 of 15 for 143 yards. He's already thrown it 11 times in this football game for 118. So obviously 7 of 11, 118 yards in a TD. That's a better average night going on for Bradley, and you can tell that the short passing game is on. That's opened up the running game some, and right now Lorena's offense really clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, and last week he was at about a 60% completion percentage clip, and this week he's at about 70, and so you can just tell he is much more comfortable this week. And with the way that Coach Biles runs this program, you knew that there were going to be some adjustments made. Almost 30 years here, and so we're not going to stand back on our heels and we'll hope it works this week. There's going to be some changes made, and we've seen it.
21-7, your Leopards on top at halftime here back at Leopard Stadium here in Lorena, Texas. You're listening to David Gibson, Chris Fuentes, along with Clay Gibson on the board, Cody Kellner on stats, and Knox Gunn on the camera this evening. We're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by Cody Lewis of Syntex Pond, our lead sponsor this season. You're listening to the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football on CTSN.
With well over 25 years of experience in construction, you can trust Williams Contracting, LLC. Williams Contracting LLC are general and restoration contractors specializing in whole house remodeling and insurance claims. Contact Mark Williams at 254-301-2752 with your next remodeling needs. Williams Contracting LLC. That's 254-301-2752. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net. The Toby Miller family has a proud tradition of winning on the fields and courts of Central Texas. So it makes sense that Toby's Auto Sales is a family-owned and operated winner at making customers feel great about buying a car. Team up with Toby, Dawn, Dina, and Brian to get the quality car you want at the value you need so that you can drive away a winner of the car buying game. Visit Toby's Auto Sales at 2925 Franklin or give them a call at 254-756-1133. Join a winner in the car business. Toby's Auto Sales.
Welcome back into Leopard Stadium here in Lorena, Texas. We're in a good one. Lorena on top, 21-7 at halftime on the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football. I am pleased to be joined now by the one and only Cody Lewis of Syntex Pond, also the proud father of McCrae Lewis. And Cody, thanks for joining us in the booth this evening.
Great to be here.
Yeah. So just your thoughts on the football game so far, what you've seen.
Well, so far, we're definitely controlling the line of scrimmage better than we did last week, and so there have been some really good adjustments made up front, both defensively and offensively. I think the only issue I see is if we can outside contain and control the edge, they'll have far less big runs against us.
Well, and you knew last week it just seemed like things were off. You knew that that the offense could perform. It wasn't clicking. That it could perform at a higher level, and the same thing with the defense, really. And obviously, China Spring probably a little bit better football team, but you also knew that there was a lot of holes here in the football team from some of the seniors that graduated, and so far it looks like a lot of those youngsters are stepping up.
A lot of adjustments to be made, and they'll do it from week to week. They'll make some good adjustments and get guys in the right positions, and coach them up too, because a lot of it's just being technique and being in the right spot, staying home, backside, things like that.
Good stuff. So tell us a little bit about McCrae Lewis, the number 3, the wide receiver, the junior, and just give us a little insight to your son.
Like you said, he's a junior, pretty small and quick kind of kid, but got really good hands. He's played wide receiver and quarterback, his whole life. He played quarterback all the way up until his sophomore year, and then got moved up in the third game of that last year,
right? And
then moved to wide receiver. So he's getting that down and getting a lot of time in. He's coming off that ankle injury with a torn ligament, so he's this is the first 2 weeks that he has actually practiced all week without any kind of issues.
Wow.
So he's really getting back in rhythm, and the way Coach Biles is, he's gonna ease him back into action. He's gonna ease things back, and he's not gonna show all his cards in the early part of the season anyway.
Right. Well, so that's good. Was it a situation where it's just difficult to push off plant? What was
just bone bruise?
Okay.
And the ligament was torn, so you had to repair that.
Yeah.
Or just let it heal, and then let all the swelling go. It's still, it's still a quarter size bigger than his other ankle, so it's going to take time. But I think he's back to 100% as far as movement.
Okay, great. Well, tell us a little bit about Syntex Pond. Obviously, your name's all over the football broadcast, not only the broadcast, but the program of the season. Obviously, you've got a big investment with McCrae. Just tell us a little bit about Syntex Pond and your decision to sponsor the football.
Well, I've been in the pond business a long time, and then we started Syntex Pond back in 2014 and started growing the stores. But our decision to be a part of the broadcast just has to do with the love of the community and the love of Lorena football.
Right.
We've been here since 2005. Both my oldest son graduated from here, and McCrae's been his whole life here. So we just enjoy being here, love the community. Got family that's out of town, in Colorado and Arizona and in different cities and states, and they can easily get on the internet and listen to the games and catch it. So, and I know other families have the same situation, and this helps out for everyone.
Yeah, I was surprised last year when you go back and look at our diagnostics and our stats and things like that we have people really from all over the world listening in. It's kind of crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah, last year we had people from Chicago as well as over from the UK, and so it's great. It's surprising now that it's not like radio where you have to be within a certain radius, right? I mean, you can be anywhere in the world and hear us, but we certainly appreciate your willingness to be generous, support the broadcast, and help us be able to bring that to all the Lorena faithful.
My pleasure for sure.
21-7, the Leopards are on top here at halftime. David Gibson. I'm joined by Cody Lewis of Syntex Pond, our lead sponsor this season, as the Lorena Leopards marching band plays in the background. We'll break here in a moment and give them a little listen. But so, obviously last year, it's kind of interesting. We were talking last week, but last year that team was just a great team, and things were going well. And then we had this tornado warning situation at the end of the year, followed up by this crazy light situation last week. We were just hoping for a game without any super events going on.
Yeah, back-to-back games that way, a year apart. But we hopefully go unscathed tonight in any of those situations. And we have a second half similar to or better than the first half.
Yeah, getting a chance to look at some of the stats with you real quick. One thing that's really interesting is Franklin actually, outgained us 242 to 181, and the time of possession is just ridiculous. So I can get it down here to it. 14 minutes, 10 seconds to 6 minutes and 54 seconds. But really just a difference in philosophy.
We've had quick strike drives, and they're a keep the ball, control it kind of offense and moving it down the field, plotting. Right. But again, most of that has come on the outside edge. If we'll solve that, we'll shut them down.
How do you do that? What's needed to solve that?
Well, I'm not a football coach, but I coached a lot of these kids when they were young.
Yeah.
And it's just, to me, it's staying at home. Backside can't go running off.
Right.
You got to stay at home, and you got to get up the field,
yeah.
and you got to wait. And it's the same on the front side. If they're coming your way, you get up the field and you force them back inside where there's help.
Right.
More people.
Right. And one of the things, it's actually difficult to broadcast, Franklin, because it takes you a while to find out where the ball is. And yes. I don't know how the guys on the field do it. How do you do that?
You got to stay home.
Yeah. So it's a matter of if a guy in
if you go chasing,
yeah.
you're chasing a guy without the football.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, the guy's going behind you with it. So you have to stay home and be disciplined. You have to be disciplined against a disciplined offense, and that's what they are.
And that's interesting because then that creates that one-on-one situation.
Yeah.
It's very similar to the spread in that sense. It's just that it's all in tight.
And if you get outside, there's one guy out there.
Yeah.
Inside, there's 10. So we're more at advantage if we can cut them back inside.
Well, tell me a little bit about, if you don't mind, just talk about Syntex Pond for a moment, then I'm going to let you go.
Okay.
You got 3 stores, right?
Yes.
One in Waco, one in Temple, and now the new one in Hewitt. Talk a little bit about what led you to put one out here in Hewitt.
We were called Syntex Pond, so we won't be in Central Texas for one.
Right.
And Hewitt is a growing community,
right?
And we saw a need to service that community with what we do, and we're really strong on customer service, and that's something that we pride ourselves on. And we thought that being close to home here, we could pop in and help people that are local here and get involved.
Yeah. Any of the family involved in the business as well? Older son or anything?
Summertime work and things like that. McCray worked in the summer.
Gotcha.
Get them to work, let them decide if they want to do that or go on and do their own thing.
Exactly. Well, it wouldn't be a bad gig to follow, I can tell you that much. 21-7 at halftime. David Gibson joined by Cody Lewis of Syntex Pond. Cody, thank you so much for joining us. And once again, let me thank you on behalf of the entire Lorena community for helping us get the broadcast on the air.
It's a pleasure for us to do it, and hopefully we can do it and help out next year.
Customer service, higher loan, and great retail prices. Thanks, Cody. We'll hope for a great second half as well. Appreciate you. 21-7 at halftime. Lorena on top. We're going to go ahead and take another commercial. Actually, let's turn our attention down to the field. Let's play a little bit of that band. I'll step aside for a moment.
As well as sponsors, Sutton, Milo, and Fanning LLP of Waco, Shipley's Donuts of Hewitt, Armstrong McCall of Waco, and Home Abstract and Title Company.
About 7 minutes remaining here before the start of the second half. 21-7, your Leopards on top over Franklin. And what was an exciting first half, full of explosive offense and solid defense for the Leopards. We're going to go ahead and take a break. You're listening to Lorena Leopards football on CTSN, sponsored by Syntex Pond.
Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery! If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today. Did you know that half of Americans who use
The Toby Miller family has a proud tradition of winning on the fields and courts of Central Texas. So it makes sense that Toby's Auto Sales is a family-owned and operated winner at making customers feel great about buying a car. Team up with Toby, Dawn, Dina, and Brian to get the quality car you want at the value you need so that you can drive away a winner of the car buying game. Visit Toby's Auto Sales at 2925 Franklin or give them a call at 254-756-1133. Join a winner in the car business. Toby's Auto Sales. Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond.
Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery! If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today.
Are you in the market for a safe and therapeutic walk-in spa built right into your existing bathroom? Family-owned and operated Walk-In Tubs of Texas sells and installs top-quality national brand walk-in tubs for thousands less than the competition. Our low overhead enables us to save you thousands of dollars. Financing and low monthly payments available with good credit. Call or text 254-420-7541 for a free estimate. That's 254-420-7541. Or go online at tubsoftexas.com. Walk-in Tubs of Texas. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net. When you're faced with an auto repair, all you really want is to be treated fairly and to have it done right the first time. Well, Lorena's own Jesse Britt has been doing just that for over 20 years. Jesse Britt's Automotive is a full-service repair shop that can handle any of your automotive needs. Jesse's highly trained staff handles both foreign and domestic repairs, offers competitive pricing, and 100% customer satisfaction. Jesse Britt's Automotive even offers a free shuttle service to help ease your burden while you wait. So the next time you are faced with an auto repair, trust Jesse Britt to treat you fairly and to do it right the first time. Jesse Britt's Automotive, where they discount the price, not your service.
All right, welcome back in to Leopard Stadium with your Lorena Leopards up 21-7 over the Franklin Lions. 2 minutes remaining in the half. Wanted to take a look around the area, look at some scores. University getting their second win of the season last night over Austin Travis, 54-7. Midway down 17-14 at halftime against Mansfield Lake Ridge. Georgetown up 20-0 at half over Waco High. Round Rock 24-10 over Belton. Autonoma from a school from Mexico is up and playing at Temple High School, up 24-17. Temple up 24-17 over Autonoma, Mexico.
Interesting.
An interesting score from around the area. Biggest local game this evening is number 1 in the state in 4A, La Vega, versus number 3 in the state, Argyle, and Argyle is all over La Vega at this point, 42-21 at halftime.
Wow.
China Spring, the Leopards' opponent last week, up 21-0 over Addison Trinity Christian. Robinson up 48-3 over Gatesville in the second quarter. Wow.
What's the score there?
48-3.
Wow. Robinson is going to be salty this year.
Yep. Grandview up 10-3 over Hillsboro. Conley, number 5 in the state in 4A, up 28-3 over Glen Rose. And then you've got Fairfield up 7-6 over Brownsboro. 20-0, Whitney leads Marlin. West down 35-7 to Eastland. Mahia up 34-7 over Tig at halftime. And McGregor up 36-14 over Bosqueville with just under a minute remaining in the first quarter. So those are some scores from around the area. The teams have entered onto the field. Ty Moore back deep. Let's take this opening drive and get another score.
Let's do it. Want to make sure and just thank all of our sponsors this evening. If you have a chance to patron some of our sponsors, please do so, and please let them know you heard about them on the broadcast. These are companies and families and businesses who have stepped up so that we can be on the air this year and all share in what is this thing we've come to love, Lorena Leopards football. Here we go. Toe meets leather, short end over end kick, gonna be caught by Brim at the 25, right? Up the middle, 30, 35, 40, look out, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, Brim down the sideline, he steps out of bounds at the 24-yard line, and the fans on the near side on their feet. A heck of a return by A.J. Brim.
Yeah, and you know what? As amazing as that return was by Brim, I don't know if you saw it, but Ty Moore was behind the play, ran up and attempted to get another block and ended up passing AJ.
I did.
There was a lot of effort on that play. So, obviously, these Leopards are not satisfied up 2 scores.
Red Hansen in the backfield. McCray Lewis split out wide to the near side. Ty Moore in the slot to the far side. Lina and Brim are in the backfield. Actually, that's not Brim. That's right up the middle down to the 19-yard line.
That was number 28, Weston
Falconberry,
Yeah.
running back, a junior.
That safety slid over late to cover Ty Moore in the slot. If that happens again, I would not be surprised to look number 10's way.
Falconberry now comes off the field, replacing A.J. Bram. Almost makes you wonder if there was an equipment issue or maybe coach just wanted to get the young man a carry. Lina rolling to the near side this time. Has a man out there in the flat. Caught at the 10. Stays on his feet. Lunges down inside the 5. He's down right about the 4-yard line, and that is Red Hansen, the sophomore running back.
Yeah, his feet were moving pretty quick there. If he would have kept control, that was an easy 6.
Yeah, great pass. Right now, Franklin has no answer for that short passing game.
Nope. And that's what we saw a lot last year. We'd dink and dunk down the field and then hit for a long over the top.
First and goal from the 4. They hand it off to Brim right up the gut. He is into the end zone for a touchdown. And just like that, with 1 minute 3 seconds off the clock, Lorena puts 7 more on the Gail Kelly scoreboard.
I bet Franklin's first 2 plays of the next drive take longer than 1 minute and 3 seconds.
I bet you're right. So 27-7 now. Here in the third quarter of play, I want to remind you all touchdowns this season, all 4 touchdowns this evening, brought to you by Williams Contracting. Sam Ives puts the ball on the ground. Bradley Linus swings his leg, and it is good. So 28-7 now. Lorena on top.
Could you ask for a better start to a half?
No. Nope, you couldn't. And
I mean, I guess AJ could have ran it all the way for a touchdown, but you know what? 2 plays, 3 plays later, you get 6.
yeah.
And
you know, once again, same story as the first half, right? Great field position.
Yep.
And it's really hard as a defense to.
Yeah. And you know, you go back to last week, David. We lost the field position battle, right?
And the turnover battle.
And the turnover battle. So things were stacked up, right? We're winning. I mean, there's no turnovers in the game. Both teams have played pretty well offensively, but we are definitely blowing them out field position-wise.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I'll be interested to see how much their offensive scheme has to change here. Do they look to continue to just simply run the ball with that clock being chewed away?
Well, and obviously they're in a passing situation, right? So you've got to think that Lorena is going to start pinning back their ears.
Yep.
Expecting pass. Here we go. Ty Moore approaches the football, kicks a high end-over-end kick, going to be fielded right around the 15. It bounces again over the head. He's going to pick it up at the 12. Tries to get to the middle, and then we have the official blow the play dead. So did he signal for a fair catch?
That's what I'm thinking. And honestly, that might be the safest thing that they've done on a return.
Well, yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen a team struggle this much with something as simple as kickoff return, though.
Yeah.
So Datron Dixon at that time lets it bounce, and it must have signaled fair catch, I guess.
Yeah, that's what it had to be.
10:54 remaining. 3 seconds did run off the clock, and they won't put it back on. Here they come out of the huddle. Hand off up the middle. A lot of room. 20, 25, up to the 28-yard line. Enough for a first down. That's Spiller, and he's a load.
Yeah, and you know, I do want to give that young man some credit. When he gets the initial contact, he is always falling forward.
Yeah.
So good work. But we can go ahead and wrap him up in the backfield.
6'1", 170 pounds. Spiller is a load. Here comes Marcus Wade and the Lions. And off inside, hitting the backfield and tackled for no gain, maybe a loss.
Yeah, there's that leap of Leopards making the tackle in the backfield. I have to say it at least once a game.
There you go. 35 was there first for the Leopards. That's Jackson Pitts. So Jackson says, hey, Casey, whatever you can do, I can do too. Jackson and Casey tonight playing well on that defense.
Yep.
2nd down and 11 for the Lions. Murphy goes in motion. Handoff up the middle. Up near the 34-yard line. Pickup of about 4 or 5 on that carry. That'll bring up 3rd down.
And, you know, they'll take that on 1st down. And, you know, I like to, you know, again, give him some credit. There's some initial contact happening in the backfield and ended up making +5.
Franklin once again hands it off across the 35-40. That's Spiller again up across the 45, struggling his way to the 46-yard line. And Seth Spiller there to pick up another 1st down for Franklin.
Yeah, and he lowered the shoulder. And they may just be giving him a breather and putting him right back in.
And that's another 3rd down conversion by running.
Yep.
9:20 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Lorena up 28-7. Franklin marching. Handoff up to the middle of the field. Going to be tackled on the near hash right around the 47-yard line. A pickup of 1 on that carry.
Yeah, this drive for 30 yards has been longer than our drive to get a touchdown.
Blake Higgins involved in that tackle for the Leopards. Lions to the line of scrimmage. Ball at the 47. They need the Lorena 44 to pick up a new set of downs. They hand it to Murphy. He's running to the far side. Cuts across the 50. Down to the 46-yard line of Lorena. That's a pickup of about 8. to bring up. Is that right? Did I have that right? It's 3rd down and 2. Here come the Lions. Hand it off to the far side of the field. Across the ball's on the ground, and the Leopards say they have it. No sign by the official yet. And it is 1st down and 10. Lorena, the game's first turnover goes the Leopards' way.
Yep. So now we're winning the turnover battle. The only thing we're not winning is time of possession, and I guess yards right now too. So here come the Leopards. Lina coming out at quarterback. 8:08 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Lorena up 28-7.
Thanks, Chris. Line is in the backfield alongside with Bram. He's going to hand it to Bram. He's across the 45, up across the 50. So a pickup of 5 that time by AJ. Bring up 2nd down and 5. Lorena needs the Franklin 45 for a new set of downs as the clock dips inside of 8 minutes to play. Lorena up 28-7 on the Gail Kelly scoreboard.
Well, look, Speedy McCray Lewis is out on the out wide, and Ty is being almost left unattended. The safety is 5 yards in, paying him no attention. He's not even looking at him.
Red Hansen goes in motion. Line is rolling this way, looking Moore's direction. Now he's going to tuck it and run. 50. 1st down, 45, and he takes a hard hit down at the 42-yard line, but not before he picks up another Lorena 1st down. All 1st downs this season brought to you by Jesse Britt Automotive, discounting your price, not your service.
I can't say it enough how patient he looks tonight. You know, the time that he's getting, he did come under a little bit of pressure there. That's why he had to tuck it and run. But he made a great decision, looked as long as he could, and then took off.
2 wideouts left, 1 right, hand up the middle to Bram. He's across the 40, across the 35, down to the 34-yard line. So a pickup of 7 on that carry. That'll bring up, well, actually it's closer to 8. They're going to bring up 2nd down and 2.
He's such a tough runner. He wore that guy's arms as a belt and just drug him for about 3 extra yards.
You know, and AJ's not big, but he has terrific leverage. He's always falling forward, runs tough. He usually initiates the contact. Good hard runner.
Yep.
Red Hansen is the up back. Bradley Line is in the shotgun, and A.J. Bram lined up behind him, actually. Going to hand it back to A.J. again. He's got the 30, breaks outside, 25, 20. Can he get a block? 15-10. Tackle down at the 9-yard line. 1st down, A.J. Bram.
You know, I want to mention the shiftiness first. He shook a guy as soon as he got that handoff and made the guy miss, and then ran over a guy at the end of the play.
25 yards on the carry for A.J. Brim, down to the 9-yard line. 1st and goal to go, 6:20 on the clock. Lina looks to the sideline. Lorena up 28-7.
And Brim's up to 70 yards rushing tonight.
How many carries is that, Cody?
Let me pull that up.
Lina's got it. He's going to give it to Brim again. He's inside the 10-5. Touchdown, A.J. Brim.
That was Brim's 10th carry.
Wow. So averaging now almost
now
8
he's up
yards
about
a carry.
80 yards.
Yep, about 8 yards a carry. What an impressive drive. And this game went from being, you know, how is Franklin going to respond to now is how is Lorena going to get this to zeros. I mean, this game looks over right now.
Sam Ives twists the ball down, and Bradley Lina kicks it through the fork, bringing our new score, 35, Lorena 35, Franklin 7 with 5:55 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. We'll go ahead and take a commercial break. You're listening to the Lorena Leopards football broadcast on CTSN, sponsored by Syntex Pond.
Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple, and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond.
Woo!
we're having fun in Lorena, Texas tonight at Leopard Stadium. Lorena on top 35-7 with 5:55 remaining on the scoreboard. Brought to you by Billy Kelly CPA. 4 touchdowns tonight so far for A.J. Brim. What a night for the senior running back, number 22, averaging about 8 yards a pop on 10 carries at 79 yards. Ty Moore is lining up the Leopards, stretching his kicking leg, puts his hand up in the air, and now runs towards the football, swings his leg, deep, high, end-over-end kick, gonna be fielded at the 4. And that's a fair catch, and you can't blame him at this point, Chris. As much has gone wrong on those kickoff returns, just go ahead and fair catch it and get that ball at the 25.
Absolutely. You know, might as well move it up and not have to take an extra hit because, you know, there have been a lot of guys touching the ball and carrying it for Franklin, so any extra hits they can avoid, I guess they'll take and move it up to the 25-yard line, because if they would have caught that, they would have probably started inside the 20 again.
So Franklin comes out of the huddle. Marcus Wade, their quarterback. 2 backs in the backfield. Actually have 2 wide receivers split out wide to the right. There's motion, and we're going to have a false start against Franklin. So I can't remember another situation where they had 2 wideouts. And one of the Franklin Lions goes over and talks to the line judge about something.
You know, they have lined up in 2 wide, 3 wide a few times. You know, they just run the ball so much you're not even paying attention to them.
Marcus Wade and the Lions to the line of scrimmage. Now at the 20, they need the 35 for a new set of downs. Handed off to the near side. Hit hard by Zane Grimm. And guess who? Kason Pitts for a yard loss back at the 19-yard line.
You know, and when that hit came, I think he about knocked somebody else out, too, who wasn't even the ball carrier.
Number 7 and number 21 there for the Leopards.
They came in like a missile.
That brings up a 2nd down and 16. Scoreboard says 15. And now they get it fixed. 5:23 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Lorena up 35-7. Wade rolling to the far side of the field, looking to throw. Throws it downfield. It is almost intercepted. Tipped and then nearly intercepted. That was Callan Weaver, the junior. Is that 42? 42 says defensive lineman Callan Weaver, and how he's
doesn't look like a defensive lineman.
No, he doesn't. So maybe there was a jersey change. Not sure on that. Let's see here.
You know, on that last play,
Callan
he did not look extremely comfortable rolling out and throwing that ball, and it almost seemed like coaches told him to pass.
Reverse. Look out, got some room on the near side. 25 makes a man miss up near the 30 and then run out of bounds by Zane Grimm at the 30-yard line. Still short of a 1st down, though. It's going to bring up 4th down and 5. So that'll be another punting situation for Franklin. The last thing in the world they want to do right now.
Yeah. And, you know, to finish off my thought before that play started, you know, I wonder how much the coaches are telling him, okay, you've got to throw the ball now. Like, he looked uncomfortable, and it looked forced.
Yeah.
So
want to clarify, that was Callan Weaver on the near pick on the far sideline. So back to kick for the Lions. Punter stands at his 16-yard line. He gets a snap and a low line drive. Going to be caught inside the 40 by Ty Moore. He's trying to get to the far side of the field up the middle. 45-50, got room. 45, 40, and he's going to be tripped up out of bounds right around where the 1st down marker had been at the 36-yard line.
he's having a really solid game so far. You know, he had the opening touchdown on 4th and 11 to get us on the scoreboard early, but he has made those little receptions and the punt returns, and the guy just does everything. He's the punter, he's the kickoff guy.
Yeah,
he's a lot. He's very important to this team.
So Bram is lined up behind and to the right of Lina. Red Hansen back there. You're going to give it to Bram. He's across the line of scrimmage and gets down to the 32-yard line, I believe. Pickup of 4 on that carry. Bring up 2nd down and 6.
Would you try to slow it down here and just let this clock tick, tick, tick away?
I don't know how you slow it down any more than running Bram right up the middle. But
well, I'm talking about like let the play clock run down. We've been snapping
gotcha.
it with 20 seconds left on the play clock. So.
maybe, but at the same time, second game, young players, you're probably trying to get as many reps as you can. Hand it off to Brim again inside the 30. Breaks the tackle.
Goodness.
Look out. 20, 15, 10, 5. And A.J. Brim has his 5th touchdown of the night.
Hey, I wonder who's going to be the player of the game.
Well, unless somebody else has a ridiculous fourth quarter, it looks like A.J. Brim, and certainly want to credit that starting offensive line as well for the Leopards. That's James Dixon, Zach Tier, Jacob Turley, Chris Baker, and Kylan Bernardi. Those guys have been opening up holes for A.J. Brim all night. Sam Ives takes a high snap, puts it down on the ground, and Bradley Lina kicks it through to bring it through our new score. Lorena 42, Franklin 7 with 4:09 remaining here in the third quarter of play. We'll go ahead and take a quick break in the booth. Do want to say before we go, all touchdowns brought to you by Williams Contracting LLC. Let's have some more of those when we come back.
Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net.
4:09 remaining here in the third quarter. 42-7, Lorena on top. Cody, what kind of stats do you have for us?
He has 111 yards with an average of 9.3 yards a carry, 5 touchdowns, 12 attempts. That's just over half of the workload for the running game for Lorena tonight.
Is that good?
That's pretty good.
Okay.
Here we go. Ty Moore, good night. The best kick of the year for him. Deep, high driving kick, going to be caught, fair caught actually at the 5. That was not quite as deep as I originally had thought, but really high. A lot of air time. Sure did.
You know, David, I'll say this now because I'm feeling pretty comfortable about the outcome of this game, but I expected a lot of improvement, right? Coming into this game, we knew the adjustments were going to be made. We knew this offense was not going to be held down to what it was last week, but I did not see 42-7 coming.
No, sir, I didn't either. And you know what? Good for them. Good for us. 5 touchdowns for A.J. Brim is the story of the night. Here comes Wade. He's going to hand it off to Spiller. Spiller hits the line of scrimmage, and that man is fighting hard, but he's not going to win this battle. Tackled by just about every Lorena Leopard on the team. I saw 24 and 11, I believe, there first. That's Braden Browder and Andrew Britton. And just about every other Leopard on the field. You know, we saw this all last year too, Chris. Just love the way these guys all get to the football.
Yep.
And they have this knack, right, for staying home until the right moment. So
absolutely. And, you know, I'll continue it after this play.
Quarterback hands it off to Bryson Washington, running to the far side of the field. He'll run out of bounds around the 30.
What I was going to say before that play started, I didn't want to cut you off, David, but
it's a gain of 3 there, by the way.
I'm interested. Do you take this as them running and not running up to the line of scrimmage as almost conceding and get out here, nobody injured, let's get out here and get to next week?
Yeah, they've lost their tempo a little bit. That's a good question. And you know doesn't appear that they pulled the starters though. So who knows? Marcus Wade hands it off. No, he pitches it. Stopped up in the backfield and then tackled for a loss. Whole bunch of Leopards there. 35, 24.
Yeah, that was Jackson Pitts was with the original contact on the play. He read it perfectly. You know, the fake pitch, and he was not fooled one single bit. He was in the backfield and trying to catch it himself.
So Jackson Pitts, the junior, number 35 there, first. And that's going to be a loss. Going to bring up 4th down and 6. And once again, Franklin in a punting situation. You got to feel like these guys got to be thinking, when is this game going to end? It's creepy. Kick is blocked. It does advance downfield. It's going to bounce out of bounds right about the 35-yard line. I believe that was 24 on the block. Andrew Britton. And Andrew, the sophomore, you know, Chris, we said it last week. It just feels like these sophomores are going to get a lot better in a week. And it looks like, from our point of view, that they have.
They really are. And, you know, these guys were on, you know, JV teams that win district every year.
Right.
You know, they every time you hear about the JV team, you know, they're experiencing wins on that level. It just takes some experience when you get to the varsity.
Here we go. Bradley Lina and Brim in the backfield. Actually, that's not Brim. Handoff to Weston Falconberry. So he's back in the football game. Picks up about 3 on that carry. Do want to mention before we move on that all stops, the last defensive stop and blocked kick, brought to you by Walk-In Tubs of Texas for safety, for therapy, and for pleasure.
Hey, does this field position count as us still winning the field position battle throughout the game?
Love to know right now our starting field position. It's certainly got to be plus side.
It has to be.
Lina and Falconberry now once again in there. They're going to keep it this time. A little bump in the backfield. Actually, that's Rhett Hansen. Oh, ball's on the ground. Falconberry dives for it, trying to get out of bounds, and it looks like the Lions have it. And they do. So Lorena turns over their first turnover of the game with 1:22 remaining in the third quarter, up 42-7.
Yeah, I think, you know, with Bradley not being out there at quarterback, I think there's a little bit of keep him healthy, you know, thought going into it, and trying to be safe. And, you know, we haven't seen, I don't think we saw Rhett Hansen line up at quarterback last week. And so, you know, it's something a little bit different. So,
and you know exactly.
And it takes experience, you know,
what a luxury
deciding to make a pitch like that. So.
Absolutely. And what a luxury for Lorena to be able to do that this early in the season.
Yep.
Franklin hands off, bouncing it outside, trying to catch a 40, 45, 50, steps out of bounds around the Lorena 47-yard line. First down, Franklin.
Yeah, that was number 4, Datron Dixon. That was a really nice carry. He got outside and showed off the speed a little bit. So, you know, down across midfield and in plus territory for them. And
15-yard carry there for Datron.
Yep.
And enough for the Franklin first down. 1:12 remaining on the scoreboard here in the third quarter. Lorena up 42-7. Scoreboards this season brought to you by Billy Kelly CPA. Wade turns. He's looking to throw. Downfield. Going to be caught at the 35-30. 25. And wrestled out of bounds. See what the official spots that. 24-yard line. So a pickup of 23 that time for Franklin on the pass from Wade. Who was the receiver on that one?
I did not get a number on it. You know, but one thing.
Bryson Washington.
Bryson Washington, thank you.
One thing I'm thinking is, like, these stats are going to be so misleading as we look at them at the end of the game.
Here we go. Franklin now with a little more pep to the line of scrimmage. Hands it off to Murphy. Dodges a man in the backfield. Across the line of scrimmage and not a lot more. Maybe a pickup of 1 as the clock dips under 45 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
Because I feel like total yardage-wise, once we look at it, they're going to be close to where we're sitting at, and it does not seem like 42-7 if you just consider the stats.
Yeah, be interesting to see the average yard per play. Anson Ariano into the game for, actually that's Blake Higgins, excuse me. Handoff, 20, 15, 10, look out. 5, fumbles the football, and it is recovered. No, it isn't. It is now finally recovered by Franklin back at the 4-yard line. Second week in a row, it looked like a running back going into the end zone and loses the football. But Franklin does recover, faces now a 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Yeah, and that football turned into a pinball at the end of that play. It just bounced in and out and hitting the rubber and everything.
Funny ball crazy. Bounces funny.
For sure.
Okay, that's going to bring our clock down to triple zeros here in the third quarter of play. The Gail Kelly scoreboard says 42-7, Lorena on top of Franklin. We'll take a commercial break, come back with our third quarter stats. You're listening to Lorena Leopards Football on CTSN, sponsored by Syntex Pond.
The Toby Miller family has a proud tradition of winning on the fields and courts of Central Texas. So it makes sense that Toby's Auto Sales is a family-owned and operated winner at making customers feel great about buying a car. Team up with Toby, Dawn, Dina, and Brian to get the quality car you want at the value you need so that you can drive away a winner of the car buying game. Visit Toby's Auto Sales at 2925 Franklin or give them a call at 254-756-1133. Join a winner in the car business. Toby's Auto Sales.
1 quarter left to play here in Leopard Stadium in Lorena, Texas. David Gibson and Chris Fuentes looking at 42-7. Lorena on top of Franklin. What a turnaround from last week.
You know, as Cody showed some stats during the break, just as I expected, Franklin has over 350 yards of offense to our 290, and yet we've got 42 on the board and they've got 7.
That is crazy. Here's a handoff. Hit in the backfield hard. Number 75, Tyler Sparks, there first. I believe
And I think
Case and Pitts again.
Yep.
Those Pitts boys have brought the wood tonight.
Yep. How cool is that to play with your brother?
Yeah.
Starting defense, and one's a junior, one's a senior. Get to be out there making plays, lining up on the same side of the ball. That's a pretty cool feeling.
Well, and actually one's a sophomore, one's a junior, so these guys get to do it another year.
Yep.
Here's a handoff. Coming to the near side, trying to get outside. Tackled for another loss. Guess who? Case and Pitts and Julius Salazar.
Wow.
Number 12.
Way to string that play out.
Yeah.
When he took the carry, I thought he had a little bit of space, and he just had to get outside of the tackle box and make it work. But
You know, and
we
at halftime,
we closed really quick on that play.
at halftime, Cody Lewis of Syntex Pond was up and talking about how we needed to stay home on the edge and force that stuff back inside, and that is exactly what happened there. Really good defense by the Leopards. So now it is 3rd and goal. What was 1st and goal from the 4 is now 3rd and goal from the 7. Wade takes it, hands it off to Spiller. He's going to fight forward. He's not going to get there. And Franklin's going to be faced with a decision, and you can see the frustration on some of the linemen's face for Franklin. Number 50 there showing visible frustration on the fact that they haven't been able to move the football between the tackles.
You're right. You know, I want to make an interesting observation. Well, I'll wait till this play's over.
So 4th down and 5 from the goal. Yeah, Franklin's got to feel like, what do we have to lose? Will they throw it or run it? Let's find out. They're going to throw it. Well, actually, the quarterback's going to run. 5, touchdown. So Franklin manages to find the end zone on a quarterback keeper to the left side, and that brings our score 42-13 now with 10:08 remaining in the football game. Lorena on top.
Looked like there was just a bit of a hold, but, you know, credit where credit is due. 42-13 with the extra point pending. You know, what I wanted to talk about a little bit, David, was depth. You know, we mentioned it at halftime a little bit. You know, I counted 22.
Bad snap here. The kick is on the way. It's a low, wobbly one, but it does go through. Nearly blocked by Zane Grimm. So that brings our score to 42-14. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, you know, I counted 22 jerseys on the sideline for Lorena, and I counted 10 across the way. And so, you know, there's guys that are putting in a lot of plays over there. And I'm sure we have some guys that are rotating in and out every once in a while, and we do have our starters that are playing the majority of snaps. But, you know, if we need a break or somebody needs to, you know, come get something fixed on their helmet or something, it's much easier to do because, you know, you lose one of your guys over there, and it's you're digging deep into the depth.
Great point. And can't help but feel like, too, that brand of offense is gonna take a toll on an offense. But if you're facing other teams with similar depth of your own, then you're able to wear that other team down, as it is for Lorena, who plays, you know, platoon football, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they don't face that. They don't face the same tiredness that they might face if they were playing both ways, like the Lions are. 10:08 remaining here in the football game. Lorena on top, 42-14. Franklin appears to be lining up for an onside kick. We'll let you know. Swings his leg. It's a short sky kick, going to be caught at the 23-yard line. I think that's Grimm. No, it's not, but he's across the 35. Cuts his way back inside. 40, continues to slip tackles. Across the 45 up to midfield. It looks like maybe, did the ball come loose?
That was number 8, Colton Dale, on the carry.
Boy, Colton Dale is quick.
And it looks like Ty's down on the opposite side about the 35-yard line.
Got his helmet off. I couldn't, the way Franklin was jumping around. It looked like that was a fumble.
Yeah, they were definitely reacting to it for sure. But where the ball died to where everybody in the crowd was jumping, it was about 6-7 yards difference.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Okay, it does appear that Lorena has kept the football. Your quarterback is Rhett Hansen, the sophomore, normally plays running back. Also, Falconberry back there with him. Going to hand it off to Falconberry, who's across the line of scrimmage. Hit hard up around the 48 or 49-yard line. So a pickup of 4 by Falconberry, and that'll bring up second down and 6.
Yeah, and I look for us to use that play clock more, David. I don't see snaps before 10 seconds. At least we shouldn't. We should not be in a hurry here.
Michael Moore into the football game for Lorena as a wideout. So the backfield right now looks like Falconberry, Rhett Hansen. Trying to get a number on that up back. Is that 49? I believe that's Blake Higgins. Coming to the near side is Hansen across the 50. He's hit around the 48-yard line for Lorena, so picks up 3, and that'll bring up a third down and 3. They need the 45-yard line of Franklin to pick up a new set of downs.
Yeah, you got to convert here and take a little bit of time off the clock. You don't want to give Franklin the ball back, even though you're up by 4 scores. They just scored. You don't want them to come back and have the ball again within a couple of plays.
What a great opportunity for Lorena, though. This is exactly what you would hope for to get this second platoon here, live practice, essentially. Hand off to Falconberry. He's got some room. 45-40, gets the block, 35-30. And it'll be ran down at the 21-yard line. They'll say the 22. Nice run by Falconberry there to follow his blockers and find the opening.
Yeah, and he showed patience and speed on that one. He was going pretty quick, but he didn't hold the turbo button down and was able to utilize his blocker to kind of push his guy back and get some extra yardage on that play.
I want to remind you that all first downs, including Falconberry's, are brought to you this season by Jesse Britt Automotive. It looks like we're going to maybe have a timeout on the field. The officials certainly stopping play. And the Leopards are coming to the near sideline. I think we have an injury here on the near sideline of a Franklin Lion. We'll go ahead and take a break in the booth real quick. You're listening to it's 42-14, 8:13 remaining in the game on the Gail Kelly scoreboard, listening to Lorena Leopards football on CTSN, brought to you by Syntex Pond.
Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery. If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today.
Rhett Hansen gives it to Falconberry. He's inside the 15-yard line, all the way down inside the 10. Hard, quick running by Falconberry. Going to pick up another Lorena first down. This time, first and goal now from the 9-yard line on that 13-yard pickup by Falconberry.
Yeah, it would be, like you said, David, getting this second squad, this second unit a chance to go in and be successful and have a drive where they can go in and put 6 on the board. Got to be a pretty good feeling. They're pretty close to doing it right now.
Blake Higgins is the up back, Rhett Hansen the quarterback, and Falconberry in the backfield. Hansen looking over the defense, claps his hands, has the snap. He's rolling to the near side. Gets a block from Falconberry down near the 5-yard line. A pickup of about 3 on the carry. Actually, they're going to spot him at the 6, I believe. So a pickup of 2.
Yeah, that hold closed pretty quick. I thought
Sure
I thought he had it.
Sure
I thought
did.
he was going to walk in.
Well, I tell you what, this Lorena offense is for a small school, it sure is deep. They have speed and quickness at these offensive positions, and apparently too deep.
Yep.
So,
yeah, pretty impressive drive so far here.
Michael Moore is a sophomore. Falconberry is a junior. Lots of players coming back with getting great experience right now. Movement on the offensive line, and that'll be a false start and move us back 5.
Yep.
6:46 remaining in the football game. Lorena on top, 42-14. And that 5-yard penalty of Marcus backwards put the ball down at the 11, so it'll be first and goal from the 11. excuse me, 2nd and goal from the 11.
You know, with it being 9:28 p.m. right now and a 28-minute halftime, you have an hour and a half, and we're almost through this whole game. It's moving pretty quick.
Moving pretty quick. Rhett Hansen's back there with Falkenberry and Higgins. He waits. Higgins slides left. Rhett hands it off to Falkenberry, trying to get outside. 10. Cutting it upfield. He will get to the 6-7 yard line. So a pickup of about 4 there will bring up 3rd down and goal to go from the 7.
A little is the fact that we haven't really had any penalties tonight, and the
Right.
fact that both teams have been aggressive in running the ball. Haven't had a whole lot of incomplete passes, which really contribute to the length of a game.
Yeah, you're right.
And the lights have been working tonight.
The lights have been working tonight. Yeah, no. That's
Seriously,
that's-
how
I
much
think that might be a better point than not passing.
Exactly. Higgins, Falkenberry, Rhett Hansen in the backfield. Michael Moore split out wide to the left. Higgins slides left, now slides back right. Hansen going to keep it. It's not going to get anywhere. Hitting the backfield, and he might even lose a yard. Back to the 7. It's going to bring up 4th and goal from the 7. Interesting call here. You kick a field goal, and you go for it.
I would keep the offense out there. I would be interested to see if they let him throw a ball.
Hansen?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Though we haven't seen it yet, so we've definitely kept the ball on the ground, and we're wanting to chew that clock. Looks like we might be letting it run down to about 2 seconds on the play clock here, and then call a timeout. At least they were looking at the sideline like that was the plan.
Falkenberry's lined up left of Hansen this time. Higgins up back to the right. They're going to give it to Falkenberry. He's not going to make the end zone. In fact, he's going to maybe gain a yard, and the ball will go over on downs back to Franklin.
Yeah.
So obviously some
You can take some positives from that. You really can.
Yeah.
You know, you probably got the starting defense out there, and you have your second string offense. They moved the ball down pretty good. Just couldn't capitalize inside of the 10. So, you know, definitely some things to grow on here. You do definitely want to get a stop here defensively and not let them get any closer.
So Franklin will take over with 4:56 remaining. Running back coming to the near side, hit around the line of scrimmage by a bunch of Leopards. See if we can grab a few numbers off the pile there.
Yeah, it looks like number 42, Callan Weaver, on the initial contact.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's also 21, no, 24? 24. Andrew Britton. Pickup of about 3 on that carry brings up 2nd down and 7 from the 9. They need the 16 to get a new set of downs. Franklin, quarterback turns and keeps. Look out to the 11-yard line. Zane Grimm closes quickly, and it'll be tackled near the 1st down, right around just past the 15-yard line, depending on that spot.
Yep.
And the officials move the chains and say 1st down.
Yeah, and he was probably that one defender away from being gone. You know, the Lorena defense, you know, while, you know, rotating guys in and out, it looked like everybody was within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. And so if you don't make a, you know, contact and wrap him up early, he's gone.
1st and 10, Franklin from their own 16. Here's a snap. They get it off to the running back coming to the near side. Bounces it outside 15. Slips a tackle, and now will be tackled up near the 20-yard line.
Yeah, really sure tackle by Braden Browder on there. Grabbed his foot, didn't let go, brought him down, held him up long enough for the second defender to come in and wrestle him down to the ground.
Julius Salazar there as well. And I believe Jackson Pitts might have had a hand in that, as well as Jordan Jackson. Second down and 6. Running back gets the ball to the far side. 20, 25, up near the 30. 1st down Franklin, and then out of bounds. 3:08 remaining in the 4th quarter. Lorena up 42-14.
He's pretty quick.
And
He was pretty quick.
And both halves have pretty much mirrored each other. Lorena outscored Franklin 21-7 in the first half, and currently outscored them 21-7 here in the second half.
Wow.
That's interesting, isn't it? All right, 1st and 10. As we go under 3 minutes to play in the football game, Lorena's going to win it. Quarterback throws deep. Has a man there, incomplete at the 45. 3 Lorena Leopards there to contest it. That's Julius Salazar along with Braden Browder And let's see, Cade Walker. You know, I haven't had a chance to say this yet, Chris, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. This one belongs to the to the Lorena Leopards.
Yeah, I was wondering how long we were gonna have to wait in the season,
Yeah.
to hear that. So we'll take game 2.
Game 2, 42-14. Lorena up, 2:51 remaining in the football game. Hand off to the running back. Starts to break it outside, then cuts it back up inside. Pickup of about 3 on the carry.
Another thing, like with this wing tee that they're running, their receiver that goes in motion, he's really not in motion. He just kind of turns real quick, and it almost makes me think, like, is that not a false start? I mean, because he's not going in motion.
It is interesting. I think as long as he's not going for it. Uh-oh, up the middle spiller. 45-50. He's going to be raced to the end zone. 40, 35-30, 25-20. Dragging the defender all the way down to the 12-yard line. Give a lot of credit. Who was that on the tackle down there? He took a ride, but he got him to the ground. Was that 6?
I can't see the number.
He's walking at the 1-yard line this way. I can't. Is that 8?
Colton Dale.
Colton Dale. Credit Colton Dale with a touchdown-saving tackle. 2:02 remaining. Here comes Franklin. Trying to put 21 up on the board.
These guys are going to have 450, 500 yards offense.
Marcus Wade, the quarterback. Hands it off. Actually, he keeps it, looking to throw. Has a man in the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown by number 4, Datron Dixon. A 10-yard score on the pass from Wade to Dixon.
So now we're looking at a mirrored score from last week. You know, the Leopards lost 42-21 last week and are winning this game 42-20 as of right now, pinning the extra point. 1:46 remaining in the game. So you look, I'm sure you'd see an onside kick here in just a moment.
Yeah, what did they have to lose? Kick is on the way, and it is good. And that'll bring our new score to Lorena 42 and Franklin 21. So if you're the coach of the defense on Lorena, does this worry you at all, or is this about getting younger players experience?
I think this is about getting younger players some experience, but you know, you've got a team across the way that's still trying to fight a little bit, and you know, the defense, they've given up a lot of yards. They've run a lot of plays, so there's definitely some you know, wear and tear wearing down on that defense for sure. They're definitely feeling a little tired.
Our stats this evening brought to you by Toby's Auto Sales, your Waco family-owned and operated pre-owned dealership. Cody, you got some rushing stats there for us.
Oh, exactly. In regards to Franklin, they just broke over 400 yards rushing for the game. So on average, they were getting about 100 yards rushing per quarter. So good night on the ground, but when it comes to the scoreboard, Lorena outscored them 2-1.
So Lorena with about 200 yards rushing. So, you know, what a strange statistical night when you outrush a team by 2-1 and yet still lose the game by 2-1.
And turnovers are minus the turnovers on downs.
Yeah,
I mean, turnovers are in favor of us, I guess, by 1.
Looks like possibly an onside kick. It is an onside kick. Going to bounce up high in the air. Look out. Going to go out of bounds. Nearly recovered before it did so at the 42-yard line. And Lorena will take over there with 1:46 remaining and a chance to run out the clock.
Yeah, that was dangerous looking for a moment there.
It took that perfect hop right over Michael Moore's head and then went out of bounds.
You use that extra player, the sideline, to go ahead and keep possession.
There you go. 1:46 now remaining. 42-21. Leopards on top. I want to remind you that all kicks this evening brought to you from Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt. Service you deserve from neighbors you trust. If you don't know, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt has free delivery. Take advantage of that and use the good people over there at Lynn's. We appreciate the Wagners for their sponsorship this season. Rhett Hansen is the quarterback. He's in quickly. Going to run it. Hit in the backfield. And he'll lose a couple yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. The clock now running at 1:36.
Hey, as this clock is running, I want to mention a score that I did not get to earlier, and I'm shocked to read it. Now, I don't know where they rank, where they stand, but as of right now, with 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter, Holland leads Mart 7-3. I've never seen Mart score 3 points in a game.
Wow. 7-3.
7-3.
And it's not like it's a rain bath or something.
Nope.
Interesting. 1:10 now. Hansen has it. He's going to hand it off to Falkenberry. Actually, he's got a keeper. He throws it out to Michael Moore, 50, 45, and Moore's going to run out of bounds to the 39-yard line. Nice play there that time. A great fake by Rhett, and then a rollout pass to Michael Moore picks up a new first down for the Leopards.
Yeah, and he kept his eyesight upfield, like looking like he was going to take off and run, and he knew where the receiver was on the play and made a nice easy throw and made it into a good game.
So the Hansen to Moore pass, good for another Jesse Britt Automotive first down. That stops the clock at 59 seconds to play. Falconberry is lined up to the left of Hansen in the backfield. Hansen's going to take a knee, and that should do it. I don't think the Lions are going to stop the clock at this point as we dip under 50 seconds to play. What a way to respond to that loss at China Spring.
Yep, that's it. That's exactly what we were looking for. You've got to bounce back. You've got to come out and fight. Week 1 doesn't say what your season is going to look like. It's how you respond to adversity. We came out with a big win versus China Spring last year and ended up with an opening loss to them this year. So, things flip-flop and the battles rage on. We keep going.
So Lorena in the victory position. They do have to take one more snap, and with 14 seconds on the clock, that will officially do it. So what a game for your Lorena Leopards. They return home to Leopard Stadium and knock off a team that won 49-6 last week, and they looked great doing it. 42-21 is the final score.
We'll take it.
Yep. We'll go ahead and break here in the booth and come back with our post-game show. You are listening to the Lorena Leopards broadcast. Football broadcast sponsored by Syntex Pawn on CTSN.
Syntex Pawn boasts the highest quality customer service in the pawn business. Syntex Pawn loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pawn is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pawn.
Welcome back into a happy Leopard Stadium in Lorena, Texas. David Gibson alongside Chris Fuentes, and we've just watched your Lorena Leopards respond beautifully to last week's loss, winning 42-21 in a game, really, Chris, that wasn't even that close.
No, and like I said earlier, I was a little surprised. I expected a win. I expected us to come out and play well this week. But, when it was 42-7, I did not expect 42-7 at that point. So,
the Leopards,
really impressive.
Leopards are lined up on the numbers now as they play the flash the leopard paw and sing the school song. What a night by A.J. Brim. We'll get his official statistics here in a few moments, but we do know for sure that he had 5 touchdowns, Chris.
5 touchdowns. That's a pretty decent game. The average probably, before they come up, I'd say around 9 yards a carry. And, well over, probably 120, 130 yards.
I had 111 yards, but you were closer on the average. You hit 9.3 average on 12 carries. Great night.
That's really good. Extremely efficient. Every time you carry the ball, that's pretty much a first down. So that's what you look for. And, you're getting big chunks of yards and taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
And another running back that had a great night, too, is Weston Falconberry. He had 8 attempts, had over 50 yards, 6.4 average per carry. So a good night for him as well.
For sure.
So our stats this evening are brought, and all season long for that matter, are brought to you by Toby's Auto Sales, your Waco family-owned and operated pre-owned dealership. Please say hello to Toby Miller during the week and let him know you heard about him on the radio. Let's throw it over to Cody Kellner now. Cody, lots of interesting stats. You just mentioned some of those rushing ones. You also said something about time of possession during the break. Just take us through some of the stats for the football game.
Well, in regards to Franklin, in regards to their rushing game, Seth Spiller, he had 148 yards on 11 attempts. came out to 13.5 yards per carry. Lorena, A.J. Brim, he was pretty much the story of the game in regards to rushing for Lorena. In regards to time of possession, Franklin had the ball for just right at 29 minutes during the game. So had the ball about 10 minutes longer than Lorena. However, Lorena scored over 40 points. So, both teams had a lot to be proud of. I mean, they achieved a lot. Obviously Franklin, they were known to be a running team, and they proved that tonight. But nevertheless, Lorena did well on their end. I think they had a more balanced attack than Franklin had, but the scoreboard went in favor of Lorena.
Just to put that time of possession into perspective, that means that basically Lorena had it for a quarter and a half of this football game, and managed to win it going away this evening. Another interesting stat I saw just a moment ago, Franklin had 20 more plays than the Leopards, but the Leopards had about 2 more yards per play than Franklin, and they outpassed him for about 100 yards. So just a really interesting statistical night.
And Ty Moore had a great night, 5 receptions, 92 yards.
That'll work.
And that seemed like it was all pretty early in the game. I think that might have been even what he had at halftime. So that's interesting, And of course, we didn't have to, try to pass the ball. We decided to keep it on the ground and keep that clock moving, and get out of here. We talked about stats, and what was it? Bradley was 7 of 11 at halftime.
Yeah.
And now he finishes the game 8 of 12. So one more pass in the entire second half, and that was all that was taken. So
and that tells you about our philosophy in the second
Yep.
half, right?
Yep.
We were going to protect the lead and get out of here and shorten the game as much as possible, keep everybody healthy. So what a terrific night for Coach Ray Biles and the entire staff of the Lorena Leopards. Want to just go ahead and mention the assistant coaches: Coach Donnie Snodgrass, Steve Hoffman, Coach Kevin Johnson and Brandon Graves, Coach Weston Cooper, John Carpenter, Matt Hurst, Evan Ward, and Alex Rogers. Those guys did a tremendous job taking that young team from last week and turning them around and helping them still believe and fixing the mistakes and coming out and looking this sharp.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really anything that I could say that the scoreboard and the way these guys played, there's nothing else I need to say. The scoreboard shows everything.
Okay, Cody just showed me this stat. Franklin, we talked about it last year. What did they pass for in that game? How many times did they throw the ball? Was it
3, I think.
Was it 3?
3 or 4.
Okay,
I mean, it wasn't
something
very
like
many.
that. Last week, 17 in the first half. They throw the ball 6 times tonight. 6.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many did they complete.
It wasn't very many. 2.
Maybe.
One in the first half,
And
then one for the touchdown near, to score their last touchdown.
You're right. I believe one was for the first down in the first half, and the other was for the touchdown in the second.
So, we and I think that goes, a lot of credit to that defensive backfield. But, we always credit the defensive backs for holding, passes to go incomplete. But there's been a lot of pressure defensively from the line, not giving the quarterback time to throw the ball when he did end up looking to pass.
Officially, Franklin was 4 of 6 for passing, so they had four completions.
Yeah. No. Now, with that being said, 4 of 6 passing, but how many times did he drop back, look to pass, and then the pressure came, and then he took off running because he didn't have any time to throw?
Before we don't want to get away from this game before we name the Joe Pack Player of the Game award. I think that one was pretty much settled maybe halfway through the third quarter, if not sooner.
Probably sooner.
We're in agreement that A.J. Brim is our Joe Pack Player of the Game.
Absolutely.
And that follows up last week's honoree, Zane Grimm, was the Joe Pack Player of the Game last year. We really want to thank Billy Rutherford for honoring Joe Pack and sponsoring the broadcast so that we could bring that Player of the Game award to the deserving players each week. We'll be sure and get a picture and get the individual plaques out to those players. So congratulations to A.J. Brim.